Hello. Oh, wait. Oh, Zoom. Okay. I'm like, Zoom be doing its own thing. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hi, guys.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, good.
Robin, did you text me or email me? I'm like delusional right now. I can't remember if I know I read something that you sent and it reminded me that I was supposed to send that to you. Asked about verbiage or something. Um, I gotta send that to everybody again. I didn't. I don't think I included that in the email, but I'm gonna actually go over a lot of this stuff tonight. For DancePreneur. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna pull up my email that I sent because I do want to like kind of talk through the stuff that I sent y'all. I don't want you to just like get it and then you're like, what am I gonna do with all this? So I want to actually go through it. And if you haven't had a chance to go through it, even better. So let's start first. Let me share my screen. I don't know what this is. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So let me share. I'm always like a little specialist. They're doing construction in the studio, so if it sounds crazy, that's what that is. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so okay, so let's start with resume. Let me open this. Where is it? No, that's that. Where'd it go? Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. Okay, so why won't it open? Oh, there we go. All right. So this is just a sample. Everything is like, well, this is a real resume, but everything is just examples for you guys to use. And it does not have to be like, don't get caught up in the agent's part and all that. It's like, all right, you can have your name here, but this can be your personal information, booking information, phone number, email, Instagram handle, like that needs to be like up in here. Either side is fine. If you do have a name logo, which is not a bad idea to create, you can get that on Fiverr, real cheap, like $10. Just to say, you know what I'm saying? Just to start making yourself like a brand, which is the ultimate goal. And you can have that on here. So that's what it is very much. So you have that. I would do, trying to think, is mine like this? They're just missing TV, but let me see if the other one has it. They're missing TV, but you can do film, and then it can have television, then you can have live stage performance. Music video is missing too. So some of the stuff, obviously, sometimes it will all of a sudden grow, and so then you can add on different, like labels. So these are like the main ones, similar to what we've already talked about when you're doing like music video, live show, tour, commercial, television and film. You just want to have those as like the main ones. But then if you did a movie, the name of that movie, and then what was your role in that movie? If you were a dancer, if you were whatever, in the movie, you want to put that there, and then you can put who the director was for that movie. And then if it's, let's say if it was on Netflix, or you know, it was a movie that was on like a streaming platform, you can add that on there to include. Let me see. Let's see what this one. Okay. And see how like this one doesn't even have TV and film on there. So it doesn't have to have every single thing on there in the beginning. So just music video, what she did, she was a dancer, the name of it. Don't worry about for music video, don't worry about like when the video came out. Just the name of it and the artist is fine, and what your role was, and who was the choreographer, or who was the director. Anytime it's a director and a choreographer, I always include them on the resume, because honestly, when I look at resumes, I'm looking at names of who you work with. And that tells me like, oh, okay, you've been in the room with such and such, or you work with such and such. So names are important when you're thinking about the resume. And I mentioned, you know, in the video, when you're doing like the resume, it's important to just like try to keep up too, because you'll start working and you don't forgot 6 months ago, you know, you did some video and it's like, oh my God, what was that video name? Oh, I can't remember. Like, don't do that. As soon as you finish a job, even if you don't have it updated on the resume, just write it out somewhere, write it in your notes, a Google Doc or something, so that you are just keeping track of the work that you're doing. And with that, you know what I'm saying, keep track of what you got paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's start looking at what we're actually making on these jobs, because it's going to help you see at the end of the year, even longer than that, like what have I actually done? I don't care how cheap or how high it was, write it down so that you can get an idea of like what you're making throughout the year. But then you can see how they have like the training, you know, acting, like stuff that they are, you know, acting on the musical stage, scene study. Like you can put all the training stuff that you guys first, like if you did the room, you know, if you've done an intensive, you worked on, did a program, whatever, like include that in there. And then of course, special skills, like that's like always there. So this is kind of like a nice overview of what the resume should look like. Be sure to include your height, eyes, color, your hair color. Because this right here, if you have this on the resume and then you come in with blonde, it's like, okay, so what color are we? If you don't know yet, don't put it on there. Just say, or whatever your natural color is fine too. Go ahead, Celia.
So, like, if you're a dancer for an artist, like, do you put every show you do, or like you just say like dancer for like Genuine or?
If it's a tour, no. If it's like
Okay.
I did Genuine's tour, you know, whatever the title is, right? That's tour and whatever that year was of the tour. But if you're doing a bunch of shows, oh yes, ma'am, you
Yeah.
put them all down.
All
Put them all down. If it was like this festival over here, this one-off show over here, this club show here, this whatever here, it doesn't matter. Put it down. What the goal is to
Okay.
like show the work. So eventually you're going to start taking some of that off. It's like, okay, I've done 50 shows. Okay, let me start at the top, the top 10, and I can just kind of remove the rest of these, because as the years go on, you're not going to want to keep some of that stuff on there anyway. But the more the better. Like the more I see a choreographer or whoever sees you're working and you work consistently with an artist and you've done all these different shows, the year you did them, like put the year you did the show. If it's like, so like they have what is this? Billboard Music Awards 2018, Dua Lipa. And if she did another show with Dua Lipa, she's gonna put another show, Dua Lipa, another show, Dua Lipa, dancer, choreographer, blah, 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 like every time. So yes, that's the answer to that question. But if you're doing like a tour, just the name of that tour, and that would be in a whole nother category anyway.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of an overview of resume. Does anybody have like any other questions? When it comes to this, it's pretty self-explanatory. I would keep it in the creative space. You know, a lot of dancers do stuff outside of dance, obviously. So if you are wanting to build a resume in another field, it just needs to be a whole separate resume. Don't mix in, you know, I did hair for this job and I did. It's like dance resume is all this is right here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's Angel. I think. Okay. So cool. Okay. So that is
I'm
that
sorry, I had a
is. Oh no, go ahead.
if you do choreography too, would you blend that into the dance resume?
Yes. Now, if you do choreography, yes, put that on there. I feel like, let me see something. Yeah. So she's the choreographer and dancer for whatever this job was. Let me see if I can. My eyes are like terrible, but she's a choreographer and dancer for this job. So we want to have both on there. So yeah, that's totally fine. And then you just make sure you put director, whoever the director is. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So you had another question, Ismail? Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's kind of overview of the resume. Okay, so this is like a super basic deal memo. I have another deal memo, but it has real information on it that I'm not allowed to share yet. But this is still like a format that you guys can literally copy and paste on here. But whatever it is, whoever the person that you're working with, let's say you're working with quality QC label, whatever. That's who name would be right here, QC label, whatever. And then in the deal memo, anytime you say company, they're going to be referring back to these people, QC label. So we want to get there. We want to get all the information from them. So like, let's say you get booked on a job and they're like, okay, yeah, so go ahead and send over your deal memo. Yada, yada, yada. And then you're going to say, okay, so I need the information. I need the name, like who am I sending this to, like their email address and stuff. But then I also need the company address, like what is this company name? Where is the address? I want that information. And then this deal memo is agreement between these two parties. And sometimes it can be three parties. It might be you, your agent, and the company. But if it's you and the company, it's fine. So then professional dancer, that's your name. And then so on the contract or the deal memo here and after, dancer, you're going to refer to yourself, whoever this name is, and then your personal mailing address. And then the engagement details is basically what all y'all agreed upon for this job. So it's like, okay, we agree we're gonna have 7 days of rehearsal. What's 7 days of rehearsal, we have 3 shows, whatever, right? Whatever the agreement is that you're booked for. Now in here you just want to be as detailed as possible. To me, that just I've learned as I even now as I go, it's like you never too covered. Your ass is never too covered because something will slip up and be like, oh my God, like, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, well, is that in the deal memo? Because now y'all talking about y'all trying to do this and not do this, and it wasn't covered in the deal memo. So this is me telling you a lesson that you can avoid long term is making sure in the deal memo, everything as much as possible is in there. I'm talking about from hotel rooms to what you are acquiring or requiring for you to be able to work on a job. And some of this stuff is not going to be all that deep, but as you go further along, it's going to get deeper. You're going to be like, okay, yes, nah, so this go around on this next tour, I got to make sure this, and this happens, or I got to make sure like I have my own whatever, or I got to make whatever, like you want to just kind of like take an account of what are the things that you're actually experiencing when you're on jobs, that if it's not in writing or if it's not in the deal memo, you're like, oh, hell no, yeah, I got to make sure that that's in the deal memo next time, because otherwise, you know what I'm saying, stuff would just show up and fly by and you just be like, ugh, you know, you're stuck sharing rooms, or you're stuck, you know, with per diem only for days you work and not days you are traveling, or you're stuck with not getting paid to travel, or you're stuck with, because you didn't put it in the deal memo. You didn't ask or request these things. So, you know what I'm saying? They're going to give you whatever the scraps they're going to give you. If you're not asking for it, they're not going to give it to you. So that's why you have this. You're like, all right, and this is all negotiable. So just because you came up with it, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like, you know what I'm saying, they're going to approve it, or they're going to be like, okay, we're signing off. But it's a great practice to have, like, as a dancer, as artists, like artists, they all have writers. So they have like this in their deal memo in their writer. I got to have this. It's a little bit more, a lot more for artists, but just to get an idea. For the artists, they're like, yeah, I gotta have champagne in my room. I gotta have M&Ms that are only yellow. I gotta have like watermelon and fruit. I do not do honeydew lemon. Do not have that in my room. Like, it's so absurd sometimes. I think Saucy Santana was like, yeah, I gotta have 3 boxes of Popeye's chicken. And it's like, whoa, yes. So the artist is like a whole different, but I just want you to be aware, because when you're working with artists, you're gonna hear them say, hey, what's on our writer? And the writer is what they have in their deal memo in order for them to do this show. In their deal memo, they said, yeah, we got to have 3 boxes of Popeyes in the dressing room. I need 5 sets of white towels. That's like brand new. They haven't been used. I need 4 cases of Pepsi. Like, it's just whatever they are requesting is in their deal memo. So as a dancer, I wasn't gonna be all that, whatever, but okay, so simple stuff like, you know, what the engagement details is, the date, what type of performance this is, you know, is it a music video, live show, yada, yada, yada. Put it the exact name, because you don't want to have it generic and they use this for everything. It's like, well, nah, hold on, that was just for that show. For this one, or for this tour, it's not going to be the same deal memo. We got different stuff we're going to be implementing for this go round. So that's what you got to think about. All right, for this one show, this live performance we got to do, you know, where it's located, what city, you know, whatever the venue is. The scope of the work is just basically like what you're agreeing to do. You know, are you agreeing to like whatever the hours are for the, you know, are you open to, you know, changes? Are you like, I'm not going over 8 hours? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you okay with things changing last minute? Or are you like, all right, you know, I just need time. I need to be able to just, you know, whatever. So the dancer agrees to perform dance routines and choreography as required by the company during the engagement, yada, yada, yada. That's pretty much your job. And then compensation is like, what was the rate that was agreed upon? Or what is the rate that you are requesting? Because it could be a thing where this is what I'm actually requesting. And then seeing if they can match it, or if they're agreeing to it or approve it. Any additional fees, compensation for rehearsals, overtime, travel, accommodation, yada, yada, yada. So like, this is to me something that you just need to have in the back of your mind. You cannot go on a job and just not know nothing about none of this. Like, you cannot go work for an artist and you don't know nothing about, well, how much is it if we go overtime in the rehearsal? What is the rates for the rehearsal? Like, you know, we're gonna go back to Dancers Alliance website. Remember that website has all the numbers on there. It's like, it's amazing. You don't even have to wonder what it costs. This is how much it costs. Okay, these are the rates for rehearsal based on number of hours, how many days. This is how much that's gonna be. Boo, boo. Okay, travel. Hey, you know, I would really like to get paid travel days, because, you know, technically, if you get paid for rehearsal and paid for a show, those are 2 different rates, right? My rehearsal rate is this, my show rate is this. How much is it for me to actually leave my home, to get to the airport, to get on a flight, to travel, to land somewhere else, to get off the plane, to get my bags, to get my Uber or a Lyft and travel to a hotel or a venue? What was that cost? Because see, we're at that point, we are working. You are no longer, once you leave the crib, you at work. So what does that mean? For me, I have to get paid for that. That is considered a travel day. So travel days, again, is on dancersalliance.org. All of the numbers are listed on there. And I think it went up. I want to say like 200. I'm not sure. I don't have that number memorized, but it's a rate for that. Travel days are rates. So if it's a travel day to go and a travel day to go back home, that's 2 days. That's 2 days of extra money that I need to make sure is in my deal memo because I have to get paid, right? All right, so that number is in there. Per diem, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is your per diem? It has to be so clear cut that when you come with this kind of like business savviness to a job that's as a dancer, it just puts you in a whole different space, and everybody gonna be like trying to follow suit because at the end of the day, everybody wants to get their business right. Everybody, as much as we love dancing and it's like it's great, we are passionate about it and we'll do it all day long, whatever. At the end of the day, our goal is to work and make money and create a career. So any corporate space, they're doing the same thing. My cousin just came here yesterday. She works for MailChimp and Intuit. She works with HR. And she just goes on and on about how, like, oh my God, they make sure they take care of everything. You know, it's travel days. They make sure like hotel and the da, da, da. So it's like in our minds that we can like understand like it's the same thing for us. But best believe these artists are getting travel pay, you know, whatever their rate is for doing a show, whatever that is, they rider, travel accommodations, they're getting per diem, like they are still getting, whoever is paying it, whether it be a promoter, somebody is paying these rates. Okay, so we have to also be in that mindset of, okay, so I'm working great. And again, this is something I don't expect for all of a sudden overnight, every artist is going to be obliging to these into this thing. But if we start implementing the mindset of like, okay, hey, I want to send over my deal memo so that I can include everything. Can you please send over all the details for the job? It's gonna make them have to get this shit together and pull up and like, okay, well shit, I can't pull one on over them. I can't tell them I'm gonna pay them later. No, you can't, because I'm gonna have it in the deal memo when I'm gonna get paid. So what else? We say payment terms. Oh. Payment terms. The total compensation should be paid in full within whatever days. And this is negotiable for yourself. You know, I would, if realistically you won't get paid before you do a show with an artist, just because it's just they haven't gotten their money yet, so they can't pay you till they get their money. Rare, it can happen, but it's rare. Even the creme de la creme, you know, platinum selling, sold out artists, you're still going to get paid after you perform. The goal is to get paid though, and it's written in whatever the number of days. So right now they change from net 30 to net 14. So I would, you know, stay in that time frame of expecting to be able to get paid, you know, minimum 14 days after the show. But this is negotiable. So if it's something in there, you're like, you know, well, if they can't do travel, let's say they can't do your travel pay, right? Or it's something that they can't do. All right, well then you're gonna have to do this for me. You're gonna have to pay me right after the show. You're gonna have to, it's gotta be some type of leveraging we do with what you don't have versus what you're gonna have to do to make this work. And again, all of this is negotiable. These are things that you can figure out as you go and create relationships with, obviously with whoever you're working with. But I want you to just in your mind just kind of shift how you might be approaching jobs and thinking, you know, thinking everybody's gonna just do right by you. They're not. You know, I've definitely worked on jobs. I was like, yeah, y'all gonna have to pay up front. You know, that's different because of the rate, because the rate is not what it needs to be. And if I really want to do this job, something's going to have to, or you're going to have to pay cash, or you're going to have to, you know, it's something that we're going to be negotiating. But just decide what that is, come up with that payment term so that you all, both parties agree. And then you put that in here. And then expenses, the company shall be responsible for covering all reasonable and pre-approved expenses incurred by the dancer in connection with engagement. So that could be like you guys, hey, y'all gotta pay my Ubers because I ain't trying to pay for that. That's high. Food, anything with food, travel, transit, anything like that, you should not be paying for. You should not be paying for. They have to pay for that. You know, sometimes you look up and you get on the gig and they got plenty of food, you know, at the venue, so they don't have to necessarily pay for food. But if you are not, let's say you're at a show, you eat at the venue, So you're good, but you should still be getting per diem for being away. Right now, per diem is $90 a day. Okay, it used to be 50, it's bumped up. So we at $90 a day. Let's say you're gone for 3-4 days. You do the math. So that's the amount of money that should be in here for per diem. Rights and usage, that's basically just letting you know that they will be able to use your likeness if you like doing a show. Obviously, they're gonna be filming stuff like that. So don't try to, I wouldn't be stressed about that. Now, this is something that would be completely different if you were doing a televised show. This kind of might not necessarily be like this for a deal memo, but basically if you're doing like a show with an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. This is standard. And then cancellation. Okay, so this comes up a lot because stuff get canceled. It is what it is. That's the part of it. It's gonna get canceled, postponed, delayed, whatever. From the smallest job to the largest. I'm talking about from a little show in your hometown to a tour. They all have the capability to be canceled. So let's just wrap our head around that. I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they canceled the tour. I can't believe they canceled. Yes, you can't believe. If tickets have not been sold, if promo has not, it ain't what it is, some weird with the artist and everybody's not giving their coins to them, whatever, it can be postponed, canceled, delayed. And that's fine. But let's just say y'all started rehearsing and we in the thick of it. We have been getting ready for this show or this tour, whatever. The idea is that if there is a cancellation, truly, you really want to get half of what you was supposed to make, but that ain't gonna happen. But you do want to get paid for what you have done. So you need to have a cancellation clause in the deal memo. Otherwise, you will be SOL and you will not get no money. You might get your money if they are generous, but it's like it's real hard for artists to just cough up money that they've already lost. They've already lost money for whatever reason, and to pay out money that they don't really have or didn't plan on spending or thought they was gonna make, it's gonna be hard if it ain't in writing. So yeah, we're gonna put this in writing. In the event of cancellation by either party, reasonable notice should be given. The company agrees to compensate the dancer for any work performed up to the point of cancellation. And I think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever work I have done, if I've been rehearsing for 2 weeks and then this thing get canceled, I want to get paid for the work I have done, whether we go on tour or do this show or not. And at the end, this is kind of like just a governing law. This agreement should be governed by and construed in accordance with the laws of wherever you are. And then y'all sign off. That's pretty much it. Like this is pretty basic. I didn't want to get anything they have other deal memos that are way more like in depth and it's just like a lot of information. But your goal is that you really want to be as informed as possible for your jobs. It just covers you. Like this information or this like deal memo, you won't have to do this for when you're doing like a TV show or a movie because SAG contracts pretty much cover it. That is a deal memo. That's pretty much your contract is like a deal memo. It's got everything on there, rates, like what's expected, what you getting paid, what the job is, the rehearsal, like it's super clear. So if you can just make your mind think, well, I want to be like that for everything. I don't want it to just be for TV and film. I want to handle my business when I'm working with an artist or when I'm doing something wherever else. It doesn't matter. So use this format, and you can even look at, it's some more stuff that you can add in there if you want to put in there anything. When I'm talking about clothes, like, I agree to wear my own clothes, be compensated for that, whatever. Just start practicing doing this. I would say that, like, just start like, okay, I'm about to do a job. You can make up a job. Shoot, I do it. I mean, you ain't gotta make it up. Like, be like, yeah, I just got booked by whoever. And what I'm saying, I'm about to do my deal memo and go look up the name of the record label that they're at and like get their information, like practice doing your deal memo. You'd be surprised manifesting that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I just did a deal memo for somebody and it was at the same time I was doing this for y'all. So, I don't know if that's coincidence. or not, but I'm just saying it's real. So you might want to go ahead and practice doing your deal memo so it could be something that you are actually doing in real life, and it won't be a practice. It's gonna be a real job. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Yes. Okay, you come with your business. I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, oh, you different. You ain't like these other dancers. You ain't like these other dancers. They just excited to be here, which you're gonna be excited to be there, but they aren't thinking about, okay, what's this, or if they have an agent, they're depending on the agent to handle this. And yes, the agent, y'all, the agent, this is what the agent is doing. So you need to know what the agent is doing. You need to know the agent is creating a deal memo on your behalf. But I also want to know how to do one because I'm gonna need to do my own at some point. I'm gonna make sure that if I'm doing a job that is not going to really require me to have an agent, which every job you can do, you literally can do this on your own. But I want you to just start thinking that way so that you're not dependent on anybody else to make this happen. It's like, oh, I know how to do my own deal memo, but okay, cool. And then let me see what you did. I want to see what you're sending over too. I want to know like who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the relationship part you're building with somebody that is in the business, because whoever you about to send this to, they handling business for somebody. If it's an artist, if it's another job, a client, whatever, they are handling business and they are doing this exact thing we're doing, but for somebody else. So yeah, I would start practicing doing your own deal memos. Go ahead, Najee.
Okay, sorry, I was struggling to get to the unmute. My question is, how do you go about okay, so I've done a job with this artist before, right? And before I wasn't signed to the agency that I'm signed to now, and I never did a deal memo with them before, but I know something is in the work. So how do I introduce that to them with me being with this being the first time me having these new things with me, you know what I'm saying? How do I introduce that to them?
Introduced to the artist or
The
to the
people
agent?
that the artists, the artists that I worked with before, how do I introduce these new things that come with me now?
You introduce it. Hey, I just wanted to send over my deal memo. This is going to kind of help me stay organized with all of the jobs that I'm working on. I want to make sure, and it's like you don't even have to really explain. It's just this is what it is. It's the same thing when we get ready to do the invoice. It's literally okay. The invoice is also a way to cover it without doing a deal memo, but the invoice is not going to have details of the ins and outs of the show, but an easy way to introduce how are you talking directly to the artist or to the manager or to a manager?
To the manager.
Oh girl, no, the manager is going to be like, oh wow, okay. The
Okay.
manager is going to be like, okay, and even if they can say, hey, you can ask them like, hey, do you mind if I send my deal memo over? Just give me the details of what you want me to include in there, but that's just gonna make them be on it. They have to, they're handling business too. I promise you, they're not gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe you asked for a deal memo. No, because you're doing one for the artist. So
Okay.
and I'm an entrepreneur. So this goes beyond dancing. That's the whole thing. It's not about dance anymore. It's not about I'm dancing for this artist. No, I am an entrepreneur. This is my business. I just happen to dance. That's it. Literally, that's the only difference. I am an entrepreneur. I just happen to dance, but I'm handling business. So, they're gonna look at you like, oh, dancer. No, no.
Oh, businesswoman, okay?
Businesswoman, businessman. That's what I am. Cause I dance, but I do other things too. And they ain't gotta know all that, but it people will switch how they view you and they will respect it. And they're gonna be like, yeah, like I get it, you know what I'm saying? You handle the business. Cause they are doing the same thing. They are doing the same thing. Whoever that tour manager is, he's doing the same thing. He's sending over a deal memo to the artist. Hey girl, hey guy, sending over all my stuff, just make sure we're good for my job that I'm about to do. I'm a tour manager for this particular, tour or this, whatever this job is. These are all, I want to make sure, like, they're doing the same, they got to get paid too, right? So yeah, they got in their deal memo. Yes, I plan to work, have a loan. This is my rate, terms of payment, yada, 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 yada. And the artist's like, okay, cool, prove, and they signed off. I promise you, they did that. They did that. And so it won't be so like, I can't believe you're sending me a deal. It won't be like, where did that come from? And if it
Okay.
is, it's gonna force them to get on their shit. It's gonna force them to be like, okay, well, let me handle my business. Shit, she coming with a deal memo. I don't think I did a deal memo for her. Let me go get my deal memo together for this artist so that I can make sure that I'm covered. That's what's gonna happen. All it is gonna be like, well, if they weren't doing it, they're gonna start doing it. I promise you. Everybody gonna start moving different. And that's what it needs to be. It really needs to be.
Yeah.
It's the artist space is just like all over the place. So the better off we are handling our business, the long-term goal of this is going to help you. Like, girl, when you look up in 3 years from now, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be able to look back and see the paperwork. You're gonna see the paper trail. You'll be able to turn that kind of stuff into tax attorney or tax accountant, and it's like, yeah, I did X amount of jobs. Here are all the invoices, or here are all the deal memos outside of whatever other stuff you did. It's going to create great habits for you now, so that long term you're not like, I can't remember, what was that job I did? That was me. So when I'm telling you, it's like, I was like that. I was like, man, I can't remember, what was that job? I think, I don't remember. I don't even remember how much we got paid. Like, who wants to do that? That's you don't want to do that. So yeah, so start now doing this. It's gonna help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one more question I have to ask you, but it'll be like off the Zoom. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Amber.
Hey.
Hey.
I know we're talking about dance, but I want to know if what we're using can be used. Like, do you know if it's considered a deal memo if I'm being hired to sing? Like, because I don't want to have to do double work. So it's like, when I'm thinking about this, it sounds like, a lot of the, stipulations and things that we're putting in place for, the contract. But obviously, if it's not dance, it's something different. But is this something that I could use and just curate it to match whatever the gig is? Or like, is it something, or is this just lingo or dance bookings? That makes sense.
No, yeah, it's super general. Like what I got up here is super generic. All you got to do, I mean, instead of dancer, like professional singer name, or and then here and after, you refer to singer as whoever you are. So it has dancer, but it can apply to anything, anything you're doing. That's the idea, is that you're always gonna have a super basic template, and then you plug and play whatever you want to, like, what I'm saying, accommodate it towards. So no, yeah, you can use this for anything. Anything you do, yeah, you should probably try to have a deal memo. That is TV and film, that's all they doing. So and artists are doing that, but dancers normally don't do deal memos for working with an artist, but their agent does, or their agent is like, hey, yeah, my client must have her own room. She can't, yada, yada, yada. When they do this, like they have their own whatever. So whatever that is, they just putting that in their deal memo and they signing off on it. And that included their rates, and they not paying for their luggage. You're gonna pick them up from the house. They gotta have an SUV van. They gotta, what I'm saying, whatever, like certain type of water. It can be whatever you want it to be. You just put it in there. But yeah, you can use this for anything. Cool. Okay. Go ahead, Amber.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You kind of just answered the question with saying like the deal memo could be used for anything, but it was kind of based off Ishmael's question in the chat of could we use it for teaching and stuff as well? For a
Yes.
specific example, I went home to teach I went home for my brother's wedding, and somebody asked me to teach because they knew I was going to be home. Long story short, when I got home, the rental car that I was going to get, it just turned into a mess. So like I essentially had to like pay for my own Ubers to go to the studio's practice location. But before getting home, me and her had talked about like if I had to Uber, then she would pay for my Ubers. But then when it came down to that, she didn't do it. So my question is, if there's like not a deal memo in place, like how does one go about saying like, hey, I mean, I guess it could be as simple as saying like, hey, you said you were going to do this, but like, but I don't know, what's the way to like not offend somebody and not have a deal memo at the same time. And long story short, I was talking to somebody else about it, and they had said like, yeah, you need a contract. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that is what I do if we're doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's not a contract in place and there's like words that were agreed upon,
Do you have it
would
in
you just
text?
chop that, or would you?
You don't have it in text messages or no
You said
email?
it
Huh?
was.
Do you have any text messages or
We
an
was on the
email?
phone.
I know.
We were on the phone when we talked about it. So just chalk it and let it go.
I mean, you can just ask, but you know, if they're like not trying to pay it, then they're not gonna pay it, and it sucks. And this is why, you know, yes, it's Uber or Lyft and money, but imagine if it was something else way more that you like, oh yeah, nah, I'm gonna need my bread, like I'm gonna need my money, or you told me you was gonna pay me extra $250 if I whatever, versus you told me that thing need to be in writing. In writing, it says you will pay me. Here, let me see. In writing down here, it's gonna have you will pay extra whatever. Like these have, but the thing is, let's say it wasn't in there and y'all talked about it. You have to redo the deal memo and resend before we do anything. Before I do any extra work, or before hey, just want to sign off on this real quick before we move forward. You know, everybody, you know, unfortunately, y'all we are in a world, not even, I can't even say industry. It's not an industry thing. It's a world thing where, you know, people are really not about, you know, not just standing on business, but just having integrity of what they're saying they promise to do. You know, if things have changed and shifted and you are unaware of it and you don't know whatever they got going on, and it's like, that's what it is. But if it's in writing, they have to pay it. They have to pay it. So I would say moving forward for everybody, even if you start, let's say you start working or somebody hit you up and they're like, hey, you know, I get it all the time. I get emails and DMs like, hey, oh my God, like we would love to, you know, and you got to come out the gate exactly what it is. So there's no confusion. And I ain't trying to lead y'all on and thinking it's going to be something and it ain't, right? Number one. Then number two, if we start talking about money, it has to be start in emails. I mean, I wouldn't even say text messages because that can still be, you know, that's right, technically in writing, but you don't want to do no text message. Email thread, that's solid. If you had that, then you would have had an argument to be like, you know, well, we remember in our email, because, you know, everybody forgetful when it comes to money. Like, then you say, I don't remember saying it. No, let's go back to the email. Remember right here, it said you were gonna take care of my lifts and my Ubers, you know, and it's okay, but just, you know, I try to see the good in everybody, but in this industry and world, everybody don't operate the same. So that's why you have to just cover your ass every time. Like, okay, it's not even for y'all. This is for me. I'm covering me because I don't want to have to deal. And then we're in the creative space. So imagine you're, you know, feeling a way about money, and the last thing I'm thinking about these steps that y'all want me to teach you, because it's funny over here with her and this like I'm not thinking about these steps. or my heart is not as excited or whatever because I feel like I got screwed over or like I got taken advantage of or whatever. And so we don't want that. So the best way to handle that, if you don't have an agent, if you don't have anybody representing you, that's fine. But from the beginning, you have to practice handling business in the beginning. That way you don't have to worry about it during and after. It's like, we already handled it. Okay, great, awesome. All right, let's not creative. Let's whatever. I'm really like used to it now. Before obviously have an agent, I just got to a point where I'm like, yeah, I can do this on my own right now because I want to be able to create the relationships with these people and knowing I'm comfortable in handling business. Like, I don't really know about this stuff. And so I don't want to feel like I should be talking about money. It's like, what? Yo, y'all better learn quick because if you don't, you will get ran all the way over. You will get taken advantage of. They're gonna look at you like a dancer, and that's all you'll ever be to them. But when I'm talking, and everybody's not comfortable talking about money until you are missing it, until you are like looking for it, until you like, where is it? I need my money. Then you ready to talk about money, but you don't want to talk about it before because I'm creative. I don't talk about money. But what? No, we are business men and women. We have to talk about money. I have to make a living. And it's fine. Even some stuff, it's not about money all the time, but there will be jobs where you're like, I'm not really tripping about that because I've done free stuff and it wasn't about money. It was like, I just really want to be doing this creative job and I'm cool with it. I've been offered jobs and opportunities that did not, it was priceless to me. Like whatever y'all talking about, I'm not tripping about this money because this is like, I got to do this opportunity, whatever. And then there will be times where you're like, oh no, this is about the money. Let's be clear. What is the rate? How much are I getting paid? How long are these rehearsals? How long, you know what I'm saying? Like we're clear about it. So that's on you as well. That's a personal thing. I don't want everybody to think, I'm not telling y'all this to be going into every job talking about money and like, okay, go hear my demo. It's not that. It's just that there has to be a presence felt of the business side of you so that when you are on a job or working with other people, it's almost like to me when I was working and I could see people shift and go into business mode, I'd be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they gonna make sure their stuff getting taken care of. I want to know, like y'all talking about y'all talking about these sad contracts and y'all talking about numbers and money. They like handling business, I want to be like that. I want people to look at me like that. I don't want to be looked over as like, oh, the little dancer that doesn't really know anything about money. I don't care how old you are. It's like, no. So that's something you don't have. Like I said, you don't have to go into every single job out the gate talking about money. Don't do that. Don't do that. That will get you out the room faster because all you care about is money. And I don't want those people in the room. What I do want is people that are like, okay, yes, I'm excited about this project and I want to be a part of the team. Like, yeah, I'm down, do. And then you can ask, like, I want to just get the basics, like, hey, what's the rate? Or, is this paying? Like, yada, yada, yada. Like, those are really standard questions. It's not anything, nobody should feel offended by you asking that stuff, but you should it's a read the room type of every situation will be different. It's like, hey, every job is not going to be about what's the rate because I ain't got time. It ain't that. It's like, okay, like I'm what I'm saying, I'm gonna get to the rate. I ain't tripping because I'm doing this job, whatever. Like I ain't worried about that. The business gonna get handled. It's gonna get taken care of. Let me get on the gig. Let me get on the job. Let me stay in here first. And then I'm inquiring, yes, okay, now I know I'm working. I know I've been hired. They're talking about dates and they talking about, this job coming up. And I said, oh, okay, cool. I'm on the gig. All right, cool. So now let's talk about the business. Great, I'm here. So those are all approaches, I would say for all of you to practice. It's not going to be, don't go in talking about money ever. Even if it's a job that you're like, I don't know about, you don't want that energy, but we do want, but I do handle business energy. It's like, oh, okay, oh, but I'm excited now. I'm thrilled to be here. Thrilled to be here. That's always gonna be there. So yeah, so that's kind of like start with the contract, start with writing it, email, even if you don't have a deal memo, it's fine. Just even your email is really the contract, because that's once you email and they come back and reply and say, okay, cool, okay, that's approved. I can formality say I can go and do a deal memo, but technically we have agreed upon this. It's in an email. Text too, sometimes text will save you. Like, oh, let me scroll because I know you said you was gonna pay for, and boom, there it is. She said it. She texted. You can, I don't want to say trick somebody, but you can actually go, like, let's say y'all had a conversation on the phone, go back in the text, like, hey, just making sure you're good with paying for my Uber, yada yada yada. Like, I'm gonna restate what we said over the phone, just in case you forgot that you said that to me. So yeah, let me slide on the text, and then we following up the email, and even, okay, hey, I'll be sending up my deal memo. So it's just like, yeah, we keeping that business savviness on top. Yes, I dance and choreograph and teach and do all the amazing things creatively, but I'm standing on the business too. And then they won't try you. They won't try you.
Yes.
I promise. Go ahead, Dorothy.
Follow up on phone call.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then I would say, yeah, it's kind of hard to go back, but I would say, yeah, I told y'all what to do when it comes to, like, hold on, let me say this to everybody, because I know I told y'all what to do when it comes to, like, if you don't have an agent, okay? So you can create an email that says bookingamber@gmail.com, whatever, you're right. And that's you. It can be you. I used to do that when I didn't have like a manager or agent. And I was trying to create this impression or illusion that I had representation, not even representation, but I had somebody speaking on my behalf, which is fine, because you don't have to, like, you really never have to talk to anybody. That's the whole point of the email. But you create the email, bookingamber@gmail.com. Hey, oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait to teach at the studio. This is great. I'm gonna pass over the information to my manager, and she's gonna, like, be in touch with you to get all of the details, to send over the deal memo, or just get the details of what everything is gonna have. Like, it literally makes everybody who you're talking to shift in their mind, like, oh, okay, they're not trying to, I ain't gonna be able to try them. I ain't gonna be able to try them because they already sending me to a representation, a representative, somebody else, a third party, somebody else is now in the conversation. It's no longer just me and her. Somebody else is about to be pulled in. So now I got to handle business, because it's really you. So now you are talking, and I'm talking about, you make up the name, whatever name you want. It could be a male, it could be a female. It could be a male, it could be whatever. I would get a, you don't have to go this far, but you can even, to the extent, get a, like an Invoice phone number. Like, you ain't gotta have another whole nother phone. It's an Invoice phone number that is your manager's phone number. It's really you. This is nobody else, this is you. So this is a way for you to communicate with other people on your behalf, but it's really you, and you are speaking as if you are somebody else. But it's so generic. It's nothing, like, don't get too personal and it ain't none of that. It's literally like boring as hell email. Like, it's super, super simple and basic enough that you get the info across that needs to get across. So, hey, hi, Tracy, this is Robert. So nice to meet you. Amber is excited about working at your studio. Below are the terms of agreement for her teaching at your studio. Dot rate, dot pay for whatever, dot travel, dot hotel accommodations, dot whatever, right? Per diem. Please let me know if this is good. I look forward to look forward to hearing back from you. Robert. That's it. literally like super basic. It ain't even all drawn out. So whoever is receiving that, they have now been introduced to a representation for you. So they know they can't pull one on you now because somebody else is involved that makes it feel like, ooh, oh shit, they got an agent or they got a manager, they got whatever, and it's you. It's really you. Like, it's not even that serious. And now they correspond back to them, dude. And now we got business handled because you done typed up a deal memo or you typed up a proposal or whatever. It's in the email. So now everything is in writing. The email really is really a deal memo. It's like low key a deal memo because you're saying everything in there. Once they reply and say, yes, we're all good. Oh yeah, we great. We Gucci now because you said yes. So I'm expecting all these things, and you have to know what you want. You got to know when you want to get paid. You got to know that information for yourself, and then you put that in the email, copy paste, do the deal memo, and sign off. So now I signed. Hey, sign, and you can do it from that point. I signed off here on the deal memo. Boom, send that to them, they sign it off. And now they're under contract. Now we got this in writing. Now you can't renege on me. You can't backtrack. You can't be like, oh, I don't remember saying that. Yes, you did. It's here. We got it. We got it in writing. It's like this, that's like gold. And if you can understand everybody is doing this, you're not the first person to do a deal memo. You're not, and you won't be the last. So it's like, this is how business is handled. It's just, most dancers don't think and operate that way. They're so thinking and trusting that, and I talk about myself. I've done so many jobs that I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna get paid. I don't know. Oh God, I hope they said I thought she said we were supposed to. I've been there, I know, and I hated that feeling. I hated being like, dang, I thought they said we were supposed to get, and the check is short, or like, and I get a check in the mail and it's not the money that I thought I was making. I thought I was supposed to get, no, like, and what am I gonna do? It's over. We're done. I don't even know if I can go back and find stuff or, it's me agreeing to do some shit that I didn't put in writing, whatever. It's like, yeah, we cannot move like that no more. It's especially now, 2024, y'all can't move like that. These folks out here will not pay you. They will not pay you. They won't. So moving forward, hey, we just, what I'm saying, just handling business. That's all. Handling my business, because it's not just this person that you are, doing business with. If it's an artist or whoever, you have other people that you're doing business with. So we got to make sure that everything is taken care of. I know what I'm getting over here. I know this over here. And people respect that. Like, they will hire you because you handle business. I promise you, they will hire you because you handle business. Yes, you're a great dancer and all that, but somebody that can handle business and they know like what it is, you're going to be more likely to be in the space more often than you think, because they know that if you are representing or you're like almost like a leader or somebody that all dancers are looking to for that guidance or for that whatever, you're more than likely to be in the room because they want somebody that's going to be able to handle that. I'm not touching nothing with dancers and money when it comes to like a job that I hired you for, but I'm not over no money. I'm just, hey, great, you booked this TV show, awesome. I ain't got nothing to do with your money. Go talk to, production or whoever. Somebody should be talking to you at this point for money. It won't ever be the choreographer. It won't ever be me. So if I know somebody's going to make sure, hey, y'all, we got to look over these contracts, make sure that they said, we're supposed to get, yes, I need you on this job because they're gonna ask me, and I don't want to do that. That's not my job. It's literally not my job. And most production people, they really ain't trying to explain it to you either. They're not. They like, you supposed to know that. You supposed to know what this contract is about. That's not, they are like, hey, here, sign it. Let's go. We got to get to work or get to set. And if you don't know what the hell you're signing, that's like, no. So having somebody that is like a little bit more familiar with how this works, and you start learning lingo, you start learning like contract information, you start like, okay, I understand the verbiage when it says this, and this. Like that is your job. You cannot just think about the dance steps all your life and the business part is just gonna miraculously, be great. No, no, you can be the best dancer, but if you are broke, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Sure, come in.
What's up, everybody?
Hey,
What's up, y'all?
they're doing construction.
Yeah, we in here getting it, man. Sorry I can't be with y'all tonight, but we in here fixing some stuff up.
I was like, if y'all here slamming, it's like the studio's getting ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Israel.
Good to see y'all, man. Good to see everybody.
Yeah, we talking about these contracts.
Yeah.
No, it's not, that's like not our goal. So in your mind, this always, I want you to be excited. Like I want y'all to, that's why we talk about the dance part stuff so much, but I also don't want you to just be not centered around the business part. If you can do that sooner than later, it will help long term. It will save you so much time and money and like confusion, because you'll look up and do all these jobs and not even know like what did I really make, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so wait, do I get residuals from this job? Or, like having those type of questions after, because you were so wrapped up into the job, which you should be. I want you to do that. But I also at some point want you to like tap into the business side. So there, these like dancers, that's why when y'all finish this program, it's ongoing in the sense of like the dancepreneur part it's never ending. Like y'all should be coming back every Sunday into Dancepreneur Collective, because this is like every month so far, like clockwork, I get an email or text or call from a dancer that has already gone through this program, and they're talking about money. They're talking about business. It's nothing about, oh my gosh, I had to learn all this choreography and like, they told me I had to train and do it. Like, it's none of that. It's never about the dancing. It's always, hey, okay, so, they're asking me to like send over this paperwork for this invoice, or like, I'm not sure, even with deal memos, okay, like, hey, I got my contract I just did BET Awards, but I don't know, like, I haven't heard back, like, who should I like, it's always about money. It literally is about money or a question surrounding the business. It's never the choreo. That's never the problem. The problem, y'all can dance and you're booked and all that, but we mastered that, and not, what I'm saying, we're still figuring even that out, but it's always something with the money. It's always a question mark. And I expect it. I don't expect for you to do this program and then you are like, oh my God, I'm just booked and blessed and everything's perfect and great. And I understand everything about my contracts and it's no issues. I don't have anything going crazy. Like, nah, I expect to be like, hey, yo, so this week, I'm on that, and they showed me this paperwork, and I'm not sure what the hell they talking about. Like, what does it mean when yada yada yada? Like, I expect to hear that. So that's why I created this specific portion of it. That's like more, it's long term, right? Obviously, the dancing is going to be a part of it too, but the business part and just the entrepreneur side, creating that mindset for all of y'all. But yeah, so making sure you set up that email is like a fictional manager. They're gonna take care of you. They're gonna be speaking on your behalf. It works. I've done it. It works. You don't have to have an agent yet. If you don't have it, it's fine. But if you are like, I don't want to talk about money, like, I get it. You don't want to talk about money. Somebody else will talk about money for you though. Whoever that is, it's really you. So I want you to practice talking about money. I want you to be okay and comfortable. Even if you never do it, even if you do have an agent and you're like, well, I never have to worry about my money. I'm always talking to my agent about it, whatever, that's fine. But I do need for you to learn the business part and be able to talk about money, because you're going to have your own business. So you're going to be talking about money. You're going to be asking people for money. You're going to be requesting money for something else that maybe doesn't have anything to do with dance. And your agent is definitely not about to do that. It's like, you want me to do what? No, I'm not doing that. You might be talking about negotiating something with something that's on the side business, or working on a different project that has nothing to do with dance, and there's money involved. So we got to talk about money. if somebody's charging you for services, you better be talking about money. You better be like, oh yeah, my rate is, it shouldn't even be a flinch. Like, oh my God, I mean, well, I kind of, what? No. How much do you want to make? 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 That's like, that should be at the top of your head always. Always. I know what my rate is. I know what I'm worth. I know what job this really pays. I know how much it really costs. Like, you got to know that so that you don't underbid yourself and you don't overbid. You don't charge something that's astronomical. It's like, girl, ain't nobody paying that. What are you talking about? It's like, so what is your number? How much do you want to make as a dancer doing this job? Or how much do you want to make for the week? You know, if it's not something that's standard or whatever. You know, if you're going to go teach choreography, like y'all know how much they paying? I do. Y'all know how much some studios pay choreographers to choreograph and teach? You know how much they are paying to fly choreographers in their studio to do competition routines? Like, do y'all know those rates? Like, and if you don't, find out, get the number. I would tell y'all everything. Hey, how much, you wanna know how much such and such normally pays for their tour? You know, how much it costs to be, if you want to do a music video, or if you want to rehearse and do this and do this, or what's choreography going rate for a dancer that has just started choreo versus, hey, you know, I mean, I've only done like 3 jobs. Like, what do you think is a good rate? These are questions you're gonna have. You're gonna have them. You're gonna hit back. Hey, what you think I should charge for? And it's fine. I want you to just be ready for those type of questions. And if you have not thought about it, I need you to start thinking about it. I need you to know a number always that you want to make. If an agent is not involved and you're speaking directly to somebody, it ain't about, you know, this big audition and all the information ain't out. And it's like somebody is sliding in your DM. Hey, how much would you do my TikTok song for? Do you know how much you should be getting paid for that kind of stuff? Hey, are you available to do my video shoot? Just today, I got an email. Hey, yeah, I just signed my label. I just signed for a group. I was like, oh, not a group. I just signed for females, their group, yeah, with my label. How much for choreography? You know, like these are just questions that they gonna start showing up. Hey, oh my God, I just saw your video you did from class. How much would it be for you to do a video to my song? How much do you charge to do, because a lot of these people aren't professionals in the industry. They just do music and they just work, you know, so they don't know. Hey, so I'm doing a video shoot next weekend. You think you can dance in it? How much would you charge for me to how much would you charge me to dance in my video? Do you know how much you would say? Like, and you don't have to answer, but I just want you to have a number. You got to have a number, and you got to be like standing on it. Whatever you think that number is, I ain't talking about Dancers Alliance or none of that. I'm talking about what is your number that you want to get paid, because you're a business. Like, outside of Dancers Alliance and all that, I am a business. So this is how much it's gonna be worth for me to be on set for your video. This is what I cost. Yes, my rate is this. And that includes me being on set for 5 hours, whatever. Like, you have your, hey, I want to make this, but I ain't gonna be working but this amount of hours. You know, I was like, hey, do you have this amount of money? That's normal, that's my standard rate. But what's the budget? What's the budget? They got a budget. They have a budget, I promise you. They have a number in their minds that they want to pay you. They just want to see how much you gonna charge. So they gonna wait to see what you say first. Hey, just curious, like, what's your rate for, you know, it annoys me when people ask me that, but whatever. Because I'm like, you have a budget, so you don't even have to ask me my rate. You can't afford it. So what's the budget? Let's start there. What is the budget? And then they will tell you a number. And if that number is like, you cool with it? All right, cool. And then you like, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna do it. No, you know, that's a little low for my normal rate. And then they're gonna ask, well, what would be a better rate? And then you can start your negotiations. If you want to do it, you can do it on your own behalf, or you can slide them on over to your manager and you have this exact same conversation as the manager. Oh yeah, so Celia's rate is normally this, but you know, what's the budget? She's willing to do, like, you're talking as yourself, so it doesn't matter, but you're willing to do it for this rate. And now we have began negotiations. They're probably like, okay, we'll do it for that. And immediately everything is in writing. Okay, so this is the rate, this is the stipulation, this is the terms. You have to pay the day of, you know, when it's a low rate, I need it day of. We're not waiting no 2 weeks. The day of, shoot, or whatever the job is, yada yada yada. So like all of these like little jobs and stuff like this, they're gonna show up. Y'all not about to be just doing all of the stuff that everybody know and see it. It's gonna be smaller moments that's gonna make sense for you. It's like, yeah, I'm building my resume and I'm making connections, networking, and I'm on my behalf, I'm speaking directly to somebody. It's gonna be hard for you to like want to really work and you're not communicating with people directly. Like we are in the social media era, so a lot of this stuff is sliding and DMing. Like they're hitting you directly. They see they on your page. They're like, oh yeah, you hot. Let me hit her up. Let me slide in the DM. Or they go to your page, they go to your email, contact me, and they're shooting you an email directly. Like they're instantly direct contact. So that's how y'all are at this point, you're communicating and connecting with potential jobs, potential money, potential opportunity, potential artists, you know, like that's a part of it. So it won't ever be, yes, you post and then all of a sudden, you know, you're booked. Like, oh yeah, I want to book you. Okay, from there, now comes the business. So now we talking money, and we can't be afraid to talk about money if we are trying to make it. I'm trying to make money, so what's up? They're not gonna hit you about no free stuff in the DMs or emails and stuff like that. So, you know, it's rare. I would never do anything for free if somebody hit me in DM. It's like, no, you're gonna have to pay. You slide in my DM, that's a job. Or if you emailing me, asking me to do, if I don't even know you, like, no, we're not doing none of that. It's no freebies when it comes to social media stuff, contacts and stuff like that. People want you to dance people want you to dance for their little whatever song that they done recorded at the crib. Like, no, what is this? What is this? And if you ever have a question about that kind of stuff, you can always hit me, slide in my DM, like, hey, what you think about this? And I'm probably gonna say no, because some stuff is just not worth it. Your brand is gonna be too big to be trying to water it down to do something that doesn't really make sense for what you're trying to do. If you don't know them directly or personally, don't do it. Nothing free. But there's always room for negotiations with jobs and artists. That's via social media. And this will extend as well into the brand space. Like literally what I'm talking about is the exact same thing when somebody hits you about working for their brand or working with their brand. Like it's like an artist. Same thing. Oh my God, I would love to be a part. Da, 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 da. Like, you know, most brands, they have something in place. Like they have something where they are, you know, signing people or paying people to do videos and reels and stuff like that. TikTok, well, I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but hopefully that doesn't go away, but it doesn't matter. They're going to figure out something. But TikTok is another space where like distribution companies paying, like some of y'all got paid just to do a TikTok. So imagine if you could do multiple, you know, of those where it's like, oh, I do these every month and, you know, I make X amount of dollars. So start making sure everything is in writing, make it a habit and a practice. How you practice everything else. The business part, you know, I ain't gonna say it's like the funnest thing, but I would advise, if I could go back to my dancer days, that's something that I wish I would have like been a little bit more like, oh dang, I could have done other things that would have helped the business side where it would have made sense. Like working a lot is great, but then if you're not leveraging that and utilizing that to the fullest, and like moving and like doing not just one thing, but like multiple things and making money doing it, then we ain't have social media. I mean, I'm gonna say that every day. we did not have social media. So y'all have a whole nother space that has money, a lot. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money. So yeah, so paperwork for sure. I know Dorothy, you had your hand up. Did you ask?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Oh, okay.
My question was, oh man, it went away. Okay. I think my question was just double, triple checking the amounts of when it comes to the basic dancer agreement for under SAG. I was, because I'm on Actors Access, and I was just reviewing something that I would potentially want to submit for. And it was saying that that would be the rate for it. It was saying just like the basic agreement. And so is that the one where it's like 1,158 if it's like, I think it was like per day or
Okay.
something like that? And
Yeah.
then I saw a number saying something about 4,000. I want to say like 100 and something else, or 4,018, something like that for a week.
I don't know if it's 4. It might have gone up though, because they keep changing it. But it also depends. Like if you're working on a job and it's not just you're like, let's say like I booked for them, it was 10 dancers. So you're part of like group 9. So that rate is not going to be as high as it would if you were by yourself or a duo, meaning like 2 people that are dancing on the same job together versus 9, 10 people that are on the same job together, which is whack. I don't know why they would like why the rate is lower, but whatever. But it's lower with more people. So that might be the rate for, yes, if it was just you by yourself for the week. And then it's always gonna be, if you're doing, I feel like it's 3 days, a minimum of 3 days. Technically, they consider that a week. So you can really do a TV show and only work 3 days out of the 5 and get paid as if you did the full week, which, it's like a dang. So I mean, but if I do 5 days, it's the same rate. It doesn't change. If I do 5 days, the rate is still the rate is for the week, versus if you do 3, it's the same as if you did 5. So, but that's just kind of I think after 2 days, they change it to the weekly because they just, I don't know how they come up with why they do a weekly rate. It's like a pro rate. It's just money. How can we say, let's see. We're gonna put you guys on a weekly. Because whatever. So yeah, so that's kind of but if you saw that, then that's the right number. That means it went up. Oh my God. Do y'all see? Like it went up again.
Because
It went up again. Get me on this TV show. Get me on the TV show. If I
now
can
this one that I was
for
seeing.
episode, I can book for an episode. That means I might be working more than one episode. I'm trying to get back. And most episodes shoot 1 to 14 days for one episode. So even if you were in like the scene, whatever the scene is, the way it's shot is not going to be shoot the whole scene. Now it gets chopped up. So that scene might be drawn out throughout the episode, but the days have been broken up from like 1 to 14 days. So more than likely I'm going to be back, unless they, have it where we shoot this one scene on this one day. So yeah, the goal is to get on there and get more than one day for the week. Because if I can get 3 days in the week, oh my God, I'm on a weekly. And that's amazing. And what's even better, oh my gosh. Yeah, if you booked the TV show, let's say they're like, this happened to us and everybody was so happy. They booked, okay, so with TV and film, you have to have a 12-hour turnaround. So like if you wrap at a certain time, you cannot get a call time earlier than 12 hours. And once they give you a call time and they say, hey, your call time is this, whether they shoot the scene or not, you get paid because you called me to work, right? So what happened was with TV and film also, if there's anything with like weather or anything like that, like if they see on the map a lightning that's like 20 miles away, they shut down, like cannot film nothing. Like everything is shut down, shut down, shut down. Everything shuts down. Cannot shoot nothing. It's like super strict with that. And that happened. They had already given all the dancers call time for the next day, but we are currently on set shooting another scene and we didn't get to shoot it. So we're waiting. They're like, ooh, are we gonna shoot? They're gonna shoot, not gonna shoot. Say, hey, okay, we're just gonna let everybody go home. They've already called the other people to shoot, to come to set tomorrow, but this scene that we just wrapped, because we didn't shoot it, we're gonna shoot it tomorrow. And then they're like, oh my God, do we already? It's like, yeah, y'all already told them call time. Okay, well, they don't have to show up, but they're still gonna get paid. It's like, what? They're still gonna make their money and not even have to show up to set. So they could actually go do a whole nother job and get paid a SAG rate and not even be there. That's like the ultimate hustle. What? I'm like, oh yeah, no, let me figure out another, in my mind, you're like, oh, like, okay, what else can I do? How else can I go do something, whatever. Like those are the things that will pop up and slip up. But anytime you on set, it's like whether you shoot that scene or not, if they've called you and let's say, they went way longer, weather, and so we had to push everything back, you're still going to get paid. Even if you didn't shoot not a scene, you're getting paid. And sometimes you can be on set all day. I'm cool with that. I got stuff I can do. It's not, I'm good. Just let me know when y'all need me. So that's why I can't I literally can't even stress how important it is. Y'all would think that I didn't like dance, how much I talk about TV, but I just know that it's going to be so beneficial for you long term, and just getting in that space. I want you to get used to being in those spaces. That's all. I just want you to yeah, it's normal. It's normal for me to be on TV. It's normal for me to be on a movie. This is not anything abnormal or different than me doing a video or doing a tour, and in my mind, I know what y'all make over here. I know what you guys are making, I mean, just think about actors and actresses and the amount of money that they made. I ain't even close to that, but in your mind, just think you're on a set with a person that's making $1 million an episode or something, astronomical, because that is a real number that they are making. Yes, these people are making 50,000 an episode, and even above that, when you think about actors that are young and that used to dance, and what they make being on a TV show or being in a movie, your whole mind would be like, oh, okay, yeah, there's more to this. So yeah, definitely keep staying in that space. Find out everything that you need to know and want to know when it comes to that. But that TV is also just, to me, just an accessory to all of the other stuff that you're gonna be doing when it comes to dance. But the business side of it is still way more valuable, and then the residuals, of course. Residuals are as long as you live. As long as that whatever is streaming, or it's somebody can actually go and purchase it. It could be on Prime, it could be on Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, because they had premium on YouTube Red. It's any streaming platform, Star, Showtime, all that. That means somebody can purchase it. That means there's a residual from that, and that means you will get paid something from it. So okay, let me go back to okay, so okay, All right, let's go here. I want to talk about invoice. So the deal memo is what we said. It's pretty much putting everything in writing, but it's kind of like it's just a document. It's like a contract technically, but you are doing it. So we're not just going into the job assuming that everything we talked about is agreed upon. You know, people forget or they like, oh, I didn't know we said. And if there's something that needs to be adjusted and changed, you can do that. All right, cool. So then once y'all say, okay, cool, great, awesome, we agree upon, you know, it's a two 8-hour rehearsals, it's one show per diem. You're gonna use your own clothes and then they're gonna pay for your Uber. So this is what it is. And you just have to do right now, you have to do your own invoice or, you know, whoever your representative is. Remember, somebody else is doing it for you. They just handling the business. But whatever this information is, you know, your personal or business or whatever you want, however you want them to address it. Create like invoice numbers. And then this will help also like for you to keep track of what you're making. So if you can do a simple Google Doc or a spreadsheet or whatever, and make a note of what the invoice number is and like, or when it was paid and how much you got paid. And then down here is just where you really want all of your banking info. Like if you want them, like some people be like, oh, you know, we do wire transfer. So you just put your bank info. If it's your EIN number, that would be there. If you have a routing, bank account info, and your like they call it like a SWIFT code, which is like the codes the banks use to wire money. That's all it is. So you need to know that. Okay, you need to know, and you can also put Zelle, PayPal. I wouldn't do Cash App to get paid for jobs. Just try, like, especially if, like when you're talking about a lot of money, that's like over like $500, stuff like that. You want to try your best to just keep it within a bank account, or PayPal is cool, and Zelle, obviously. And that's it, literally. Like this is it. This is as simple as you can get. I think I did another sample. Yeah, this is pretty basic. The only thing with this one is I would want you to have your information up here. This one is better because it has the terms and conditions. So basically you can copy and paste what you had in your deal memo and put it on the invoice just in case we forgot, you know, and when y'all get ready to go pay it, you know, they see down here terms and conditions, and that kind of just a reminder. Yeah. And whatever your terms and conditions are, obviously, I don't think 30 days is good. Let's say that they gave you, you agreed to get a deposit and the subtotal is this amount. But then right here, you can put deposit due upon receipt, meaning deposit money is due to me as soon as you get this document. And it could be 50%, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna need that before we even get started working. And that could have been in the deal memo, like, yeah, you guys are gonna pay me 50% deposit upon receipt before I even start this job. And then balance due, whatever that date is, if it's you know, if it's like balance due on the show day or balance due whatever the date is after the first show, whatever that show is, that just needs to be descriptive and detailed. But yeah, but that's kind of just like a little overview, and it's simple. Like, don't overthink, you know, the whole invoicing stuff. Y'all can go literally on any Google or Canva, like they have templates and stuff like that. And I would just create one for myself and just use that forever. Like just use it. And all you do is just plug and play. Every time you get a new job or new whatever, I'm gonna take the information and just replace it. And it's just gonna get you in a great practice. That's like the biggest thing. Like treat it like, yes, you're handling business, but you're practicing the business. You practicing if you've never done invoices, or if you know, it's even if somebody else is doing it on your behalf, just start doing it, because you're going to do it anyway. I'm telling y'all, you're not gonna not. I feel like when I started doing invoicing, was when like I was getting hired, like maybe as a dancer, maybe I don't even know if it was when I was a dancer. It might have been more with choreography, because when I had an agent, obviously I wasn't invoicing. It would be the agent invoicing. I was familiar with invoicing, but I wasn't necessarily doing it all the time. It really started when I was doing choreography and people were hiring me for choreo, and I was like, well, I don't think my agent gonna be doing all right, so let me do it. So I just started doing it, but I feel like the more you practice it, the more money you're gonna make, if that makes sense. It's literally like, oh yeah, I'm doing another invoice, another invoice. Okay, that's equivalent to manifesting money. So if I'm creating invoices, I'm creating money, I'm creating opportunity. I don't know how or where it's coming from, or it's gonna be a random, somebody gonna hit you up, slide in DM, hey, are you available tomorrow? I'm doing a video shoot. We shooting at How much would it be? Oh yeah, my rate is this. Okay, cool. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, wait, let's go ahead and send over that invoice. Now I don't have to be scrambling, hoping and praying they're gonna pay me. No, we about to do the invoice now. Oh, great, awesome. Can you send me over the billing information? Send me over the billing information, email address with the details, yada yada, because I've agreed to this and you've sent me in the DMs and I told you my rate and you're gonna pay it. So let's go ahead and get this invoice up. Because now we're fast. You can do the deal memo and all that, even the emails. But the invoice, which is great, because a job like that, that's tomorrow, we want to get the invoice in for payment ASAP, like yesterday. So let me hurry up and do this invoice. And awesome, I've already got my template up. I've already got my phone number, email, mailing address. I got all my banking info. Like, I don't have to go scramble and like try to get that together. I already did my template. I've already been ready and prepped for when y'all was gonna hit me to do a last minute job, and you want me, and I told you my rate and you was gonna pay it. Now I gotta do my business. I gotta handle business. So hey, awesome. Can you send me over the billing information? And they're gonna send you over billing information. You're gonna copy and paste that, put that on the invoice. You're going to be super descriptive, because what was the agreement? You said you're going to do this music video shoot. Did you say how many hours it's going to be? No. Okay. Did you say what the rate was? Yes. All right. I said the rate was, but let's agree. Let's figure out what these hours are, because I'm not going to be there all night. I'm not doing more than 8 hours. So put on there, video shoot, 8-hour shoot. This is my rate. What else did I agree to? I agreed to provide my own clothes. Are they gonna pay for that? Did we ask? Did they say? You know what I'm saying? Like all these unclear questions. I don't know. So let's ask, hey, are you guys providing wardrobe? Are you providing hair and makeup? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a hair and makeup artist, and we're gonna have a wardrobe stylist on set for you. Just send over your sizes. Oh, great. Please tell me you have your sizes in your phone. If you don't have your sizes already in your phone, and I'm talking about detailed, I don't want to see top, small, bottoms, medium. I don't want to see that. I want to see numbers. I want to see inches. I want to see, what is my head size? What is my hand? What is my wrist? Yeah, like I want those numbers with small, medium, shoe size. I want all that too. But if you get booked for something and they need like detailed sizes, wardrobe stylists need those numbers. Sometimes the small, medium you'll get away with that, but go ahead and go get your sizes done. Go get real numbers. Go get a measuring tape. Find out what your true waist number is, your true bust, chest, thigh, calf, knee, ankle, wrist, head, neck, arm, forearm. Oh, yes. I need all those numbers. All those numbers. And it needs to be stored in your phone. So when they ask you for your sizes, you're not scrambling. Oh my God, what are my sizes? Oh my God, it's in my phone. Copy, paste, send. Awesome, thank you. Oh, yes, you're on it. Okay. And then you say, oh, great. So I don't have to pay for wardrobe. So now let's do this invoice. Okay, I'm sending my invoice over. Awesome, I'm sending my invoice over. My manager's about to send over the invoice to you guys. And you can even CC yourself if you want. Like, hey, whatever. CC yourself. But my manager's gonna send over everything. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Yes. Whatever. And then they got the invoice. In the invoice, we've said when we're getting the money, if you're getting it wind, hot date, you know what I'm saying? You went through all that. We cannot have no blur, gray lines. It can't be like, I mean, I think they said they're gonna pay me. No, they didn't. Did they say that? Did they say they're gonna pay you at the shoot? Cause I have to say that. I'd be like, okay, so we're gonna have to get paid as soon as we wrap. Or I need 50% deposit up front. Like, just be okay with saying that kind of stuff so it doesn't feel foreign to you. People respect it. Like, yeah, oh, I can definitely do it for that rate, but I would have to get 50% deposit up front. I'll go ahead and send over my invoice information, blah, blah, blah. You can Zelle, PayPal. Because if they can't, you know, it might be too late to wire. So Zelle is on there, PayPal is on there. Easy. Like it's so simple. It's like you'd be surprised. It's real simple. And then they're like, yeah, you handling business. I get it. I got you. I respect it. Awesome. They handling business. I'm telling you, every single time you will change the game. They will be looking at you like, oh yeah, they don't. I can't put one on you. I can't tell you and get you all excited. You're excited about that job. Absolutely. You're thrilled. You cannot wait to be on set. You about to kill it. You're like, yes, I've been waiting to work with you. But deep down, you are handling the business. And so they are like, yeah, that's what's up. And it's cool. And then when you're on set, you're not worrying about, oh, am I gonna get paid? You're not worrying about none of that because we've handled the business before I got here. Even if it was late, it doesn't matter. Like, take the time to get that done. And then that way there's no confusion. We've agreed upon everything and it's clear. It's clear. I'm going to be amazing on set. You guys are going to love me and you're going to hire me again because I handled business, killed the shoot. I was great. Energy was awesome. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no attitude. I wasn't like, I knew what I was walking into. I knew it was last minute. I was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? They had hair and makeup. They weren't that great, but I had my makeup, so I was good. I did my own hair. It's fine. It's no big deal. I wasn't tripping about that. And they had clothes that fit me because they had my sizes and they got them. Great. It's like, and then you wrap and, you know, they say, hey, we're going to take care of, we're about to send over the deposit, whatever the agreement was. The balance. They're sending over the balance. And let's just say they didn't send the deposit before you started the day before. Like, let's say the shoot day is happening and you ain't got the money yet. Hey, I'm so excited about today. Just wanted to confirm, you know, that you guys got my invoice and you're sending over the deposit before I come. Because I can't come because we've agreed upon deposit. So it's fine. That could be the manager. Like, this is a conversation that the manager is hitting them about. It's not you. Hey, Tilly is so excited to be on set today. Just want to make sure you guys got the invoice and sending over the deposit. And then as soon as you wrap, whatever they say, it's like, hey, you know, we're going to send over the balance, yada, yada, yada. If they haven't sent the balance yet, manager is hitting them. Hey, just making sure. Oh, I heard the video shoot went so amazing. Yeah, she's been talking about it since she wrapped. Just wanted to follow up and make sure you guys are sending over the balance. You know, and that's like it's like a firm, it's just like a follow-up, you know, and then I give grace sometimes with that because I get it. It'd be like, it's a lot going on and they, you know, say maybe they didn't wrap the rest of the shoot and, you know, I give grace in that time, but the very next day we are absolutely making sure, okay, you guys have wrapped, and I'm gonna give you grace, but today we have to take care of the balance because the work has been done. That was what we agreed upon in the invoice and the email and DM. So see how that can just be such a like, if we just take care of the business in the beginning, handle it, we can avoid so much conflict and like whatever while going through it. Because what's going to happen is if you don't do any of that and you go do the video and then you wrap and then you looking up like, how am I gonna get paid? Who's going to pay me? Where is my money going to come from? Am I going to get paid? When am I going to get paid? Now, who am I hitting? Like, it's such a, I don't even know what to do. Like, should I hit them? I don't want to bother them. Like, like, you don't be wanting to bother people about your money. That's crazy. You don't be wanting to bother people about your money. That is insanity. When you say it out loud, it's like, I mean, I don't want to bother them, or you know, they got like, you're gonna have to bother them. You're gonna have to bother them because we didn't handle the business in the beginning. So that what I just talked y'all through, like that, I do that all the time. It's not even, it's like, it's nothing for me to do that. I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's a deposit, you know, balance due, invoice, DMO, whatever. Like it's like that. But I wish I would have been like that as a dancer more, because I would have been able to just kind of move differently with different jobs and opportunities. But so yeah, so that's your like, that is like your routine right there. Moving forward, if it's not on TV and film, that's kind of we want to start practicing doing that with with the jobs, with the manager, with artists. Artists really don't really handle their business directly. There's somebody representing them, so it's rare you actually talk to artists. I never talk to artists about money unless they are talking to me about money. I never really like, because they're not really normally paying. It's somebody else paying. Somebody else is footing the bill. So it's rare you'll talk to artists about money, and I wouldn't get in the habit of ever talking to artists about money. Don't even start that. I would make sure, hey, who do I talk to about the shows, or who do I speak with in regards to payment or whatever? Because if they're hiring you, they know they're gonna have to pay you. So it ain't something that's like, you talking to me about money? No, yes, I'm talking to you about talking to you about money. You're requesting my services. You want me to dance? You want me to choreograph? You want me to pull up? You want me to rehearse? You want me to fly out? You want me to sweat? You want me to wear these clothes and do this on? So yes, money. Money will be involved. Okay, go ahead, Ismail.
Hi everyone. I know you had mentioned some websites we could use for Invoice.
If you go to, have you guys heard of Canva? And if you haven't, everybody uses it. You don't have to be like a graphic designer or anything like that to use it. But basically canva.com, I put it in the chat. It basically is like a site that offers any and everything as far as like graphics or flyers or like YouTube posts, Instagram, whatever. But they have templates for anything you would need, specifically like if you want to get a sample resume, if you want to get a sample some type of document, they'll have it. But they also have templates for invoices. So you can go on there, like that pink one. I think I went on Canva and just grabbed one, just like a sample template, but you can make it your own. Like you can grab one that you like, and if you want to change the color, if you want to like spruce it up or add whatever you want, you can literally do that on Canva. And I think that version, like to do that, is free. It doesn't really cost anything. They have these other options if you want to like upgrade to pro, then some of the other stuff is like it just costs a little more as far as like getting a member or like a subscription, but some of the stuff is free. So I will go on there. And then if you want to just, I mean, at the end of the day, Google University has it all too. So yeah, Google or Canva. Canva is gonna be the better one because it's already template set up and they're already nice and they look good and it looks professional. You just find one you like and then start editing on it, and then you can switch it up and change it and then just save it. I feel like you need to save it as like I don't know if you can save it as a doc or PDF, but try to download it and save it. I'll go in there and see if you can save it. I don't know if you can save it as a doc, but even if you save it as a PDF, you can go back in and add it like as a document. And then you just use that same template, and every time you get a job, you're like plugging in, the information. So that part will change, but like your name and your contact info and then your banking info, that's never gonna change. Only thing gonna change is the numbers, what the job is, and the billing information for whoever the company is, the date, the amount, the invoice number, all of that will change, but everything else will stay the same.
And with that, would it allow me to put like an automatic link to my bank information? Because I mean, I use Stripe, but you were saying that wouldn't be a good one because everyone doesn't have access to, or everyone's not able to pay through Stripe.
No, well, with Stripe, you would have to create that link for the payment, which you can. You would do both. So you would have an invoice that has all that on there, but in the email, because they still need an invoice just for documents, just for like reference of like a payment is going out from the company. But you can send a link, a Stripe link in the email, and that's direct. Now, some companies don't do that. Some some labels do and some labels don't. It depends on who you're working with. Some people can pay it directly like that with Stripe. You create your payment link. That payment link was created. And yeah, no, you can do it. You can do it on Stripe because you do invoice. So that might be even easier. But find out if that's how they can pay out. Some people don't do like credit card, they do it through bank wiring and stuff like that. So it just depends on the job. But absolutely, you can do PayPal too. You can create an invoice on there and make sure you put the date. Don't put 30 days from now, but put the date that it's due. And then on there, it's going to make you plug and play their billing information anyway, email stuff. So that's an option, but ask like, hey, are you guys able to receive Stripe payments? I can send you a link directly. It's real smooth and easy, and they might be like, yeah, send it over. Done, pay, bam. Yes, Stripe is great. PayPal, same thing, literally same thing. And then you just have your invoice for your records, and then they have a copy of the invoice for their records, even if they don't send it through your bank or saying Zelle, nothing like that. Cool. Okay. Go ahead, Naja.
Okay, I have two questions. The first
Mhm.
question is, okay, with the invoice,
What's the
how
invoice?
are
Oh,
yeah, with the invoice, so when we send it, how are we securing them paying us, right? Are we sending the email and they're like doing their signature and they send it back to us? Like, how is that?
for the deal
Or is
memo?
it just, yeah, or for the invoice, is it just us sending it and that's like the securement, or yeah, is that us securing it, or
Yeah.
how does that go?
Yeah, the invoice is like there is no the deal memo, if they sign it, like and send that back,
Okay.
yes, that's great. Then the invoice is just, I'm just sending y'all the invoice for payment. It's just for record. It's not even like, trust me, I've sent invoices to people and never got paid. Or, it's like, hey, there's an invoice out here,
Okay.
So it ain't necessarily like guaranteed. Yes, you're gonna get money, but it ain't you don't have like access to their bank account to be able to get the money out type of thing. But it's it's a security of like, hey, I've sent invoice in, I sent it 2 weeks ago, when is this gonna be paid out type of thing. Like, I'm staying on them. Now, I'm not about to send you an invoice and I ain't saying nothing. I'm definitely making
Okay.
sure, hey, to make sure you got the invoice. I'm following up. The invoice was sent out 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whatever. So yeah, you just have to stay on top of it, and you just hope and pray that they're not gonna be trying to pull it, or they're
Okay,
like,
so it's the deal memo that gets signed.
yeah, deal memo needs to get signed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, my next question is, okay, so when we first started the program, you sent out an email, right? I think it was email, or it was your website where you had your ebook on there for content creation. Where is that? Was it an email or
It
was
was
it your website? Okay.
no, it's an
So,
email. I'll resend it. It's an email. So it's an email, but it's a link. So that it's called I don't know the name of it. The turn page. Anyway, it's a link that allowed paper turn. That's what it's called. It's a
paper
link
turn.
that is the ebook itself, but then in the email is a PDF that you can download. So you
Okay.
have the PDF of the ebook. But yeah, it's paper turn is like the name of the link for the ebook. But I'll resend it because actually I need to send it to a lot of students that just joined as well. So that reminds me, I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if anybody need or can't or like don't see it or can't find it, just email me saying, hey, I need to get I also need to get a copy of the ebook. That's the social media one for dancers. Okay, yay. So was this like helpful? I didn't go through everything in the email. I'll pick back up again probably next week, but hopefully that was a little bit more insight into like how to start a even if you've never done any of this, it's totally fine. Like, don't feel like, oh my God, I'm so far behind. No, you're so far ahead because nobody's telling anybody about this. Nobody is telling dancers that this is what we should be doing moving forward, because it's kind of just out there, and everybody just assumes you know what to do when you get the job, and you hope and pray you get on a job with somebody that is like seasoned, and they, what I'm saying, like they work a lot and they're used to doing it. Then you got somebody like, okay, like, so what do I do now? And then depending on who it is, they might be like, I'm not about to help you with your money. Like, what I'm saying? You got booked on this job like me, good luck. But sometimes you do have people that are, a little bit more like, hey, no, you actually make sure you do this, and make sure you send in over your stuff, and make sure you, like, it's so much other things that I have not even discussed, but that's like a start, from getting ready. That next week, I already know what I'm doing. Next week, we're gonna go through when you guys get booked for what award shows. What month is this? What award shows coming? BET Awards. Okay, so we're gonna talk about like when you get ready to work on a show, BET Awards, or yeah, we'll do a award show because that's easier. I'm gonna show you like the contracts of like what that looks like, so that you're understanding what you are making, like the breakdown of that. Knowing numbers is like half the battle. Once you know numbers and you understand rates, and you're not like, wait, I thought you don't want none of that. You just want to be like, I know exactly what I'm supposed to make. I know what they're gonna pay. I know how much this is for this rehearsal, for this tech rehearsal, for this show, for this episode, whatever. Like, I just need to know that information. But we're gonna actually go through the paperwork part, because it's not just, hey, sign your name here. This is how much you're making. No, they're gonna be like, give you a stack like this of stuff that you're gonna have to fill out. And it's the most, I don't want to say annoying. It's just like, oh my God, I gotta fill out all this paperwork. But this is how you're gonna get paid. Filling out W-4s, or not even W-9s. Normally it's W-4s. Doing I-9s, like what's an I-9, like that type of paperwork, knowing, like, do you have copies of your passport? Like, you literally need all this in your phone. You need copies of your passport, social security card, birth certificate, sometimes, depending on what you're using for your identification when you're filling out your I-9, like knowing anything when it comes to like flights, and like, what's my air? Do you have frequent flyer miles? Do you like, what seat preferences do you have? Are you obviously know your date of birth, but like, you want to be able to copy and paste all of that and give it to somebody. Like, I don't even want to be scrambling trying to go find stuff, or they have an app called Genius Scan. I gotta scan my driver's license and my passport and my social security card and my, oh my God, no, you're not gonna be doing that over and over and over and over again, because every time you work, you're gonna have to have that. So having that type of stuff already ready to go. Okay, oh yeah, here's a copy of my driver's license. Here's a copy of my passport. Do you know your passport number? Not that you gotta have it by memory, but we don't want to go digging trying to find our passport when that should be already in the phone and the notes, copy and paste, simple stuff. Like, you'd be surprised. You'd be like, oh my God, what's my whatever. I want you to just be ready. So the paperwork is a part of it. If you want to get paid on time and right, you want to have all that ready, because they're going to be asking for it. They're going to be like, hey, I need a copy of your, you know, everything is digital now. Y'all see, I send y'all everything digital. I'm like, hey, sign now. Here we go. You already know what it is. So like, what is that? Everything needs to be signed now, or DocuSign or whatever, because you ain't gonna have time to be going to nobody's print copy place and printing out stuff and signing stuff and scanning it and sending it up. We ain't doing that. Sign now. Let me send you, I can send you over a copy of my driver's license, passport, yada, yada, yada. It's like, this is a part of the business. This is also, it's not going to be, I just got this, I booked this award show and I'm about to go dance and that's it. No, actually, before we even do a step, here's this pack of, here's this contract. It's gonna be like this too. It's gonna be, you're gonna be like, oh my God. It's gonna be in a folder just like this with your name on it. Says paperwork. And you're gonna be pulling out stacks of papers to fill out before you even start dancing. And while you're filling it out, we are looking through everything. What does this mean? What are they saying? How much am I gonna get paid? All that. So yeah, so we'll kind of pick that back up on next week, and then also going through the reels and like your dance reels and stuff like that, bios, all of the necessary basic foundational materials that's going to help us get to some of these things faster so that we're not, and we don't have to do this tomorrow. I'm saying we're starting it however long that takes, but what we not doing is just working on dance stuff and we not handling the business part, because at the end of the day, we are dancing. Why? I mean, yes, we're dancing because we love it and it's a joy. And yes, I'm passionate, all that, but I want a career. I want to make money. So I want to be able to do this and this alone if I can, in what form of fashion. So the quicker I get my business together, the more profitable I'll be, the more, effective I'll be working in this space as a professional and seen as a professional in the light of other people, managers, people that can book me and hire me like that. I want them to know that I handle business. So yay. All right. Well, we'll end there. Enough of the TED Talk. But yeah, no, I definitely hope it helped. And if y'all have any questions, again, like don't think you can't ask some stuff, or like if you've heard about stuff, like I'm sure y'all here, you might have heard a situation, or you're like, hey, yeah, I heard about a job and they was like, ooh. Let's talk about it, let's discuss it, because if it's anything, a lesson that can be learned from it, if it's anything with business, if it's something that's like, okay, yeah, like, they tried to do them crazy with the money. It's so many stories. I can go all night long and tell y'all. Y'all be like, oh my, for real, but we don't have all night. Go ahead, Robin. Kate, Robin. Everybody wants to do a free workshop here. It's like, no. Oh, can you hear, Robin? I can't hear you if you are talking. Or did you mean to raise your hand? It's not letting me unmute. Let me see. Yes. I don't know. I don't know why it's not doing it. Well, if you need, you can either text me or email me. This is not letting me know. Yeah, Imani, Dream Scan, you say yes, I'm gonna send the ebook again. I'll just send it to everybody because I don't want to miss anybody in case somebody's not on this call. I'll resend that tomorrow to everybody I'll send it with the reminder for tomorrow night. And a reminder for everybody that start. I'm just gonna say that. Like, don't wait. If you put off something as simple as getting your resume together, y'all start, because I am experiencing a lot of things like in real time when they're requesting stuff. And so I'm telling you, and I'm not saying it because it's not happening. It's literally happening. They are asking, hey, send over your resume. So we're talking about certain things, but people are requesting these things too. So somebody's going to be asking you for this stuff. They're going to be asking you, hey, can you send me over your whatever? They are just assuming that you have it, and I want you to just, even if you don't have it yet, it is okay. So, but you know now you cannot keep moving forward and expecting to elevate, and we're not doing the things necessary. Like for me, I have to update my reel. Like I'm like, I have a reel from 2022, and all of the stuff that I was waiting on to put on the next one because of the strike and whatever, I couldn't do the one in 23. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wait till 24. And that's great. And here we are, it's 24. And I'm gathering stuff and I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to wait till this episode come out, whatever. But the story is that I wish I had it. I wish I would have just did it and not worried about waiting, because people are requesting it. They're like, hey, oh my God, this opportunity, blah, 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 can you tell me real? And I'm like, oh yeah, but I worked on this, worked on that. And I'm preaching to myself what I'm preaching to you. I'm telling myself as well, Kiki, like, get the reel done, because there's opportunities that could possibly get you in better situations or better whatever. So like, do the things that we are talking about, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Like, don't feel overwhelmed to like, oh my God, it's so much, it feels like a lot, but once you start and just start creating it, like take your time and set the goals for yourself, as simple as, hey, by the end of this week, I'm gonna have my resume done. By the end of next month, I'm going to have my dance reel together. What does that look like? Plan it out. Like, hey, we'll talk about that on another call, but I'm doing that. Hey, let me start my bike, whatever it is. As simple as, I'm going to practice doing an invoice. Let me just go figure out that. Let me do that now, since I'm going to be getting some calls to send over some invoices. That's the goal now. Hey, the goal is to get invoices sent out everywhere, so I can get paid. That's the goal, right? So let me go ahead and practice. Goal is just like I go practice dance and I go practice, training. I want to practice getting money. I want to practice, I would actually do a conversation on my phone, with myself, having like it as if I was talking to somebody about money. If I was about to go meet with the tour manager and they're going to ask me, hey, what's your rate? Okay, what are you going to say? Like, let's go ahead and practice. Oh yeah, my rate is whatever, or like, whatever you're going to say, like practice saying it so that when they ask you, because they're going to ask you. I'm not telling y'all this for just whatever. They're going to ask you your rate. Somebody's going to ask you, how much do you want to make? What is your rate? How much would you do for this? Like, they're going to ask you. So let's go ahead and practice that. What's my answer? Figure that out. All right, cool. And just do little bit by little bit. This is DancePreneur, obviously. So our focus is going to be on the entrepreneur side. So while we're doing that, you're building your business as well. So we'll touch back in with all the other stuff, the LLC and all that. Bank account, yada, yada, yada. Okay, go ahead, Ismail, sorry.
Sorry. So it was a new festival that was just announced for like this summer. And basically how the festival is set up, like it's a different artist each day, but like they haven't like necessarily like announced like choreographers or like, so I just want to know like how should I go about like saying like I'm available, or like should I just reach out to like the labels of the artists, or
It's a festival with artists. And they haven't announced choreo. Well, yeah, you would need to contact the label or get in touch with anybody that can help give you more information, and that may be seeking services that you can offer.
okay.
And then when you're doing that, I always have to throw this out there to everybody. When y'all ask me those questions, you cannot do this if you don't have your stuff together on the back end. So it's like, I don't want you to reach out and inquire and, and then they ask you for the stuff, because that's what the next question will be. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, we will be hiring dancers, or we will be looking for choreographers. Send me over your stuff. Send me over, because you're going to have this great conversation and excited, and then they want to see. They want to see you. They want to see something. So have that part done too. It's like, so whenever that is, if you know you want to do it, get on it. Start now. Like, make sure I got all my shit together. I got my resume, I got my reel, I got my whatever headshot, whatever that stuff is. So when they ask for it, it's already ready to go. But I would do that. That's probably until you find out or hear from maybe another choreographer or another dancer?
Some artists, but the artists that they announced don't really have dancers, and it just said that more artists will be announced soon.
It
So
doesn't
I'm
matter.
just
Don't
okay.
assume because the artists don't have dancers that they don't need dancers. The craziest artists y'all think don't need dancers be having dancers. So don't knock yourself out yet. You know, don't assume.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, should I like reach out to like the festival itself, or should I reach out to like the art?
The
Okay.
artists, the dance. I mean the label. The
Okay.
festivals, they're not hiring no dancers. Yeah, they're not hiring it's the artists and the tour manager or label. They are in charge of hiring the talent.
Okay.
And it's okay even if you did it and you still don't know or you still whatever. Initiating that is a thing, like initiating, reaching out, contacting people, because you just never know. You might end up connecting back with them at some point, even if it ain't for that. So that happens a lot. You be like, oh yeah, I reached out to you a year ago, or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I remember you, whatever. So yeah, so start now. Okay, I'm gonna go in the chat. Yeah, I'm saying, all right, this is how much. Various on these followers. Well, yeah. So the app. So yeah, Liberty's like the app is exactly like what you're saying. That's the whole point of doing the program versus just doing the online course, because you get that, and then we'll go more in depth, obviously, with the stuff on the course. But these conversations are super more in depth, and the idea is that you get a little bit better understanding on whatever subject that we talk about. It's like, okay, it's thorough. Like I thoroughly understand now. And then the course and all that will kind of like touch on more so highlight like, oh, reinforcement, because you'll be able to go back later, even when you're done or whatever. You'll always be able to go and like, oh yeah, okay, I remember on module whatever we was talking about tours, and she said something about whatever. Let me go look at that again. You know what I'm saying? You got kind of like reinforcement. So yay, thank you. I know this is a dumb question, but does it make sense if we want to be a part of the next Dancepreneur program, like the next session, or is it open for us to join in on calls to the next session? Oh yeah, so the way it's gonna work, like so Dancepreneur Collective is separate from KK Platinum, but you guys are included in Dancepreneur Collective while you are in the program. Once you are done with the program, it's a $27 a month monthly subscription or membership to do Dancepreneur. And that will bring you back into this space every Sunday, as well as being able to, like, even if you can't see the video tonight or you're not in here tonight live, same thing. That part won't change. The only thing that'll be different is you won't be in the KK Platinum, like the Monday and Wednesday nights and anything that's dealing with specifically for that. But the Dancepreneur Collective and you don't have to join, but I highly recommend that you do that, because you don't want to be done and then you're like, okay, well, I had another question about whatever. Here, especially when we talk about business, entrepreneurship, that's ongoing. You're never going to not be pursuing your entrepreneurship. So being able to get a little bit of that, I didn't have this in place for the previous years. So this is something that, we are still developing, and I wanted to provide to people that's not in the program also. So the idea is like, yes, you guys can come on back into Dancepreneur, but I will also be bringing, like, I want seasoned dancers, not even seasoned, but dancers that are like, I really don't know about entrepreneurship. I got a few jobs here and there, and I still got questions. Yeah, you need to be in here because we need to be talking about these kind of conversations, because you may not even realize you've been wasting time not handling business or deal memos or invoicing, and you're just doing job to job, and now you can go back in and really apply some of the things that we're talking about in here. So yeah, so this is ongoing. Dancepreneur will never end, if that makes sense. Well, the platinum program never end, but y'all only do it for 8 weeks. But Dancepreneur is, as long as you want to be in it, you can do it every month. It'll be $27 a month. But that's just kind of like my way of continuing the mentorship and the coaching. But then, like, when I'm bringing in like Artrell and Taylor and other entrepreneurs that maybe not necessarily are dancers, they have businesses, and they're like, they can give us some advice on the entrepreneur side, or if I'm starting my brand and like, I got questions like my LLC and the bank account, like all that kind of stuff. Like, we still need to be talking about that because somebody needs help. So yeah, so that's kind of how it will work. And I will kind of reintroduce that to this group, the founding members, obviously, but the beta groups that are coming in, like now you're just kind of starting to see people coming into the KK Platinum. That's how it's going to be. And so like you guys will be shifting, but you won't be like done. I don't want it to like be such an abrupt, like, oh my God, bye. It's like, no, I'm gonna see y'all on Sunday. Go ahead, pay your $27. Nothing, like that's nothing. $27 a month to be able to still be a part of that, the entrepreneur side. So yeah, so that's kind of how it will work. If that answers your question, Amber. She's like, yeah, I want to know to review from the DancePreneur. Yeah, so DancePreneur Collective is it's ongoing. Anybody can actually join. You don't have to do the platinum program to do it, but it is included for y'all while you are in the program. Yes, Robin. So Robin and actually a few others had started the DancePreneur, but I was like, I knew how I wanted to do it. So I was like, hold on, let me get it like ready and working. And so now you'll kind of see. So the idea, even with this is a large group, but it should be bigger because it's a lot of folks that have no clue about what's happening in the entrepreneur space and that can really learn. And honestly, I advise, yes, y'all can like, I thank you, like you promote the platinum program because that is more dance driven, and it's the business part of it as well. Like I'm heavy on that as well. But DancePreneur Collective is really for everybody. Like if you are anywhere doing anything on your own, entrepreneur, like and you happen to dance or in the creative space, you need to be learning. You need to be in this space. So recommending it to any and everybody would be great also. And just y'all can speak from your own personal experience, just kind of the stuff that we already talked about in DancePreneur, from learning about LLCs and setting that up and starting your business, the bank account, and just understanding structure and things that y'all can start implementing, like learning little gems that I wish I would have learned or done, having businesses pay the business, or the business pays you as the employee, like little stuff like that. Oh my God, if I would have done that as a dancer, it would be different. So I'm telling y'all to do it because you need to do it. Okay, cool. And how many sessions do we have left? Feel like I gotta look. I feel like you guys got like a week or something left, but she said I feel like it's flying. No, I know it flies by fast, right? Right. I think this first group, whatever time span I have, you guys won't. It'll make sense. We will. So just so everybody understands, so people that are just coming in, you guys are in a middle phase, like y'all might be just starting, and there's a group that is like ending, right? So because this program is evergreen, it's like a lap that's gonna always be going around. So the way I coach and the way I teach and mentor, the industry is never like, okay, this is how we're gonna start the industry and this is how we're gonna end the industry. It's like, no, this thing is always in this motion. And so as people are coming in, people are coming out, right? And so it's a continuation. I want people to meet somebody that has been where they were, right? So you can meet somebody that has gone through the program a year ago, really. But imagine you meeting somebody that is just getting information for the first time, and we might be talking about something. You're in a different space than them as far as the program is concerned, but overall, it's always going to be this continuous learning space that you are wanting to be in and like be a part of, but not feeling like I missed something. No, if you came in today, you're going to learn everything that the group that's exiting out has learned. you're going to get it at some point. You're going to actually go, I'm actually going to be going back around. So that kind of makes it feel like it's never ending. And how, of course, how I coach is always in real time. So as things are happening, sometimes I do big invites to everybody that has ever been in the program, and we all come in and we talk about what's happening now. Or, you know, I have a guest choreographer that's going to come in and speak. You guys will always be invited back into those type of sessions and have that access. So the community will never stop growing. And the app is the whole point of the app, is so that it really never stops growing, because y'all won't ever leave that. You're gonna always be in the channels and the chats. As people are coming in, introducing themselves, you're like, oh my God, yes, I started back in whatever month that was, and like, oh, I just started. If you have tips, like that's the idea, is like now we're sharing, now we're spreading the information, because I don't expect to do this by myself. Like, I don't expect to teach y'all and tell y'all all this stuff for you to never share or never help or never, you know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually went through that on set, and like, I think it'd be whatever. It's like, you are going to be experiencing it. So I want to be able to continue that part. But to answer your question, DancePreneur is ongoing, so you will be able to join that when you finish the KK Platinum. And then I will look at the date. Honestly, I can't remember when we started, but I have it written down. But I think we still have like a week or so left. So, you know, it won't be ending abruptly, I promise. And because I'm just starting this first founding members, I'm going to make sure that when y'all are done, whatever that is, it's a space of like, I get it. I can go and do this, this, and this. Or even if I'm unsure, I'm in a space of like, okay, I still got a little more to learn or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I feel like, okay, I can handle this. Or, you know, as the rooms keep coming, you're still gonna be doing the room. So, you know, it's like an ongoing learning space, community. So yeah, sorry, Dorothy. I know that was like a little long run on, but but like some people, like Crystal, I think you just came in, girl, you good. I will actually, anybody that has come in like in the last month or less, you're fine. You got a long way to go. And I will tell you, like, when you're 8 weeks, and 8 weeks is not a real week thing. I don't go off of that. I go off of like, I think you're ready now, versus, okay, you did your 8 weeks, girl, bye. You know, like, it ain't that. It's like, it's not that. It's going to be, yeah, we're solid. I've, in my mind, I've gone through everything I wanted to show you and teach you and coach you on in some form or fashion. So it won't ever be a abrupt, like, dang it, you know what I'm saying? We're done, we gotta go. No, it ain't that. It's gonna be, all right, I think you straight, good. Even if I do 2 weeks more with everybody that comes in, even though you think you're doing 8 weeks, you might be doing 10. You know, I'm that, it ain't like that over here. We're going to go when I feel like, you know what, y'all straight, y'all got it, we good, we full, we whatever. And then we are opening room for, you know, next set of students to come on in. So that's kind of how it's going to work. And you all, again, are like my founding beta group members. So y'all are the first of the 2.0 version that's going to be going into the app. And, you know, the idea, this is what, March. So by the end of the year, you know, this is a space that y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm like, what? You ain't got, I'm good, shawty. I'm out here killing the game. Like, you know, and then there are new people coming in like, oh my God, I know such and such. Like y'all did. All y'all have said to me, yeah, I know such and such, they did your program and I see them, yada, yada, yada. And that's a common thread that happens on my one-on-ones. It's gonna be the same way with y'all. It's like, yeah, somebody's coming in a year from now. Like, yeah, I saw such and such did your program, and yeah, they like out here killing the game. You know, it's gonna happen. So yes, go ahead, Mike.
Period. I think I just said that I was talking to you about people that I've known already, so that's perfect. But I do want to know when the program is over or when we stop, do we still have access to these recordings? like the recorded Zooms, or we have to be in the program to have access?
Both. So you'll have access. Let's say your terms is like from this date to this date. You'll have I gotta go back and I don't want to tell you wrong, but you'll have, I think it's like 2 weeks after access. So like let's say it's a class that I missed whatever date it was. You got 2 weeks to go and catch up on whatever those classes are. And you know, I'm nice because I still give you access to even current, like that's happening. So it's like it's good because you still are in the space. It's not like you're completely cut off and you're trying to go catch up. So yeah, so you'll be able to still access.
Okay, I'm gonna call you, all right?
Okay.
All right.
You'll still be able to access anything that any recordings, like obviously, so January, February, March, April, you'll be able to access any recordings that are there 2 weeks after, let's say whatever the date is. I don't know the date. Let's say the 30th, but 2 weeks after you'll be able to watch these. But then after that, you won't have access to the live Zooms, but for KK Platinum, but you will be in the online course forever. You will always have access to that. And if I ever update it, which I do a lot, I upgrade the online course portion, because if I feel like it's information that's valuable and every student needs this, and it's like something that I might add about a subject matter, you will get that too. So you'll always get the upgrades. And then you'll always be able to, if you're in DancePreneur as well, like if you always gonna have DancePreneur videos. So I mean, it's like, I mean, it's a good situation to at least be having the access to the info and like being in the community. And so that goal would be like, once you are in the chat and the channel, you know what I'm saying? Like you're always a part of it. You don't feel, that's the only thing I think that I felt like was missing for like the last 2 years. I just wanted to have a closer connection with everybody, even those that have gone through the program and then they're doing nothing. I still want to be able to like, hey, check in, what's going on? Let us know what's happening. I see you out on this tour. Let us know what's up. How's it going? Like, what it's really like? We need to know. Like, I be want to hit everybody like that. So that's why I was like, I need that, because I need everybody to funnel in. And over the next, by the end of this month, my goal is to funnel every past student into DancePreneur Collective and also into like the channel, so they'll be able to like communicate in there. But yeah, so that's my vision and goal. Obviously, you know, as you see, we are still in the building phase, but I think that that's the best way to still stay connected and keep you guys always in a learning space, even when you are working and, you know what I'm saying, and booked and blessed and all that, there's still more to learn. Like I'm here to tell you, I'm still learning. So the more you can learn and stay in that mindset, the better you'll be, the better your career will be. And the more people I can like stay connected within the community that I know you did the program and I know you working. Okay, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what's going on. You type with such and such. Yeah, what's up? I did the program too. You can you slide my info over there? You know what I'm saying? Best believe it's some people right now that's working. I'm like, oh yeah, if I was a dancer, I would be all over there. I'd be like, hey, yeah, I see you working with such and such. What's that like? How is it working with him or her? You know, what did you do to get on that job? Like, how did you find out about the auditions? Like, I'm seeking that because I don't expect for y'all to come to me for everything either. I don't expect for you to like, well, Kiki the only one. No, Kiki is not the only one. It's dancers out here. It's people that have way more opportunities than me. I just want you to know, like, they're also within this group. They are also have gone through this program. They are working right now. They are on tour right now. They are working on a job right now. They are doing it. They on set. They just got opposite right now. Literally right now, just did a video. Hey, oh my God, I just did a video. Like, yeah, y'all need to know. Y'all need to know they are right up in here. So that's my goal by April, is to funnel everybody into the app. And then continuing DancePreneur is forever. As long as you trying to be and you don't have to stay. That's not a term. It's not like 8 weeks of DancePreneur. It's monthly. So let's say you're like, well, I just want to do 3 months of DancePreneur, and then I think I'm good. I'm cool with that. It's fine. Or you're like, nah, like me in for a year because I got to get my business up. You know, that's fine too. So that's the optional space to be in, but super, super beneficial. Obviously, y'all already know. The more you know, the better you will be. And the more money we're trying to make is the goal. Yes, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, this was super, super, super helpful. And I will have this in the app as well. So anybody want to go back and watch, or anybody that is, you know, not in here tonight, you'll be able to watch it in Dancepreneur Collective. And then today is Sunday, so we'll have class tomorrow night, Wednesday. I'm gonna try to add another Friday. I think I can do it. I hope my schedule won't change. But another feedback Friday, which was really great. We just did one this past Friday. That's in the module as well. Just more about stuff that we can enhance with the app. We had some great ideas, came up with some great ideas. And we did the KK plug, which is like if you go on the app and you get the free training, everybody is in that. And that's going to be a space where you could be a videographer, photographer, whoever downloads the app gets access to this channel. So if they have a service that they're like, hey, oh my God, yeah, I'm a videographer, y'all need some video content, so here's my info, and they're sliding in the KK plug. So you basically plugging in your name, your services, your contact info, community space in there. And then it was, what else? It was, we came up with another. I saw that I can see, I'm the only one that can see certain things with the tracking. So we added a tracking for social media content that everybody can see, like, so you can keep up with, like, oh, okay, this week I posted 2 reels, whatever. You can do the tracking, how you do the tracking for all the other stuff with like get room ready and whatever. And then if you attended the room last time and you want to attend the next one, that's in May. So by then you will be out of the program. Well, not everybody, but some of you that did the room, you will be out of the program, but you will be able to still do the room. It will just be at a discounted rate, half off. So I would do a code if you want to attend, and I suggest you do that ASAP. Once I give you that code, because I'm definitely going to close it if it gets to a number that I'm like, but you are invited back into that, because I am really big on putting you in environments that is like a real thing, a real job, working with artists as much as possible. So just taking advantage of those type of situations, but you guys will be able to receive discount for that. And then if you didn't go to the last one and you want to go to, like, if you're new and you couldn't go because it was sold out or closed, you will go for free. If you've already gone for free, you don't go for free again. That's all I'm saying. So yeah. So if you didn't go the first time, and you want to attend this one, once I send you the code for free, you can use the code for free. And if you've already gone, and I know some of y'all paid for the last one, whatever, y'all good. But if you've not gone and you want to go, I'll give you that code. And then if you did go last time and you want to go again, I will give you a code for a discount. So yeah, so I'll do all that tomorrow. Cool. That's about it. I think I covered everything. Pretty much. All righty.
Kiki, read my comment.
I didn't see that. Also, just declare, yeah, it's 50% off. It's not, even if you're in the program, and let's say I had another one, it's not free. It would just be discounted. Only because, like, for those type of stuff, it's still expenses that I have to incur from like choreography and rentals and cameras, and y'all saw all the lights and glitz and glam. But otherwise, I would love to do it free, but that's why it would be 50% off. Okay, I was worried we were going to get locked out of the app once no, you won't ever get locked out of the app. You won't ever get locked out of the app. Okay, cool. Okay. If you weren't in if you wanted Feedback Friday, go watch the video from that session. It's like an hour. And some of the stuff that you might have, the questions about like the tracking and stuff like that I'm talking about, I actually literally go through, it's almost like a tutorial going through the app and kind of like talking through it. And if you still have questions, of course, I will answer it. Okay. I feel yes, Diane. Well, it's not till May, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got a little time. All right, cool. And if anybody has some of my students that have kids that are in the industry or that like to dance, you know, I'm doing the kids room. That's in April. They definitely it's gonna be great. It's gonna be more focused on TV, film, commercials, and working with artists. But obviously, most kids do like kid artists, so it'll be super fun. We'll do a video, commercial shoot, and a TV movie scene with them, and they have to be between. I think I said I gave somebody 8, but they need to be 9 to 14. If you know anybody, got a niece, nephew, or cousin, anybody that might be interested in putting their kids in, and also for parents, if they are interested or curious really about the industry and like what that looks like and the opportunities that are there for their children, if they are like, oh, I never thought about my child acting, but they always, you know what I'm saying, doing funny stuff, or they always dancing around the house or whatever, then they probably just need a little bit of exposure. And it may not be in a dance studio setting that's like class type of thing. And it's like, oh, like being on set or getting that kind of direction is different from dance studio class. It ain't the same. Or like competition studio, it's not the same. So yeah, so if y'all know anybody, definitely send them over the information. Go ahead, Crystal.
Okay, you had just answered my question because I volunteer at the DeKalb Elementary School of the Arts with a group of girls that would probably really benefit from this. So I wanted to ask how I could send their info to them so I can just forward your social media to them and their parents and allow them to see it and go from there.
Yeah. As long as they're between 9 and 14, and then depending on how many requests, I will see. I might in the summertime do a teens. Like if you know teens that are a little older, because I have some girls that are like, oh my God, I'm too old, but they're too young for the adults. So they're like, okay, well, I might do a teens. But yeah, I'm gonna do the kids I have been putting this off for like over a year, over almost 2 years now. So it's long overdue. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm talking about parents like sliding on it, like, hey, when are you gonna do the kids? The kids trying to get in the room. I'm like, okay, it's happening. We're doing it. So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, if y'all know kids, send their info over or send them my website and they can register for that. Okay, cool. Now they gotta start at 9, right? No, not 6. Yeah, no, not 6. Sorry. I feel like, did you ask me that in my DM? You did.
I
You
did.
asked
I'm
me in the DM.
I'm trying.
You still trying to fly us.
I'm trying.
I mean, there are
man.
6-year-olds that work, but not
Yeah, Janae was one of them.
I need like full, that's like, but I've worked with 6-year-olds. I've done, I did the child, I have done, what's the oh my God, it was like Cartoon Network, and it was oh my God, I can't even think of the commercial, but it was like a bunch
Shake
of
It Up.
kids. No, it was they were like jumping in water. I can't think of it. But anyway, they were like, it's just a lot. So anything under 9, I have to be like really ready for that. So yeah. Oh yeah, CC, just send them the IG. I think the link, I don't know off the top of my head, but the link is tell them to comment on any post on my page, Kids Room, and the link will go to their DM. Yeah, automation is like the lifesaver for me because I'm definitely not about to be replying back to a lot of stuff. So anytime y'all send anything with Kiki Castings or sometimes my page, it's automated just to be able to send the link directly, and it just it helps faster. So comment the word Kids Room on any post, but on Kiki Castings or my personal page, But you can do it under that actual post, and then they'll get the link to be able to register. No, they don't have to be experienced dancers, because the idea is more of like introduction. And I'll be honest, I'm like, just like adults, a lot of stuff that they do for TV and film is not going to be so complicated where they can't, do it. Every commercial I've done, they always be like, can you water it down a little bit, make it simpler, make it more not basic. They don't say basic, but it has to be digestible for the average person that's watching on TV at their house, or if it's a move that they can do type of thing. So that's how we choreograph a lot of the stuff, unless they're requesting it, but you don't have to be like advanced in dancing. We just want to have them open to trying stuff, movement, and then especially like with the acting side, being able to, do lines. Like we want to try, like, hey, if you have to say a line for a commercial, like practice doing that. So it's gonna be kind of a new space for a lot of people, but no, you don't have to be super technical or none of that with dancing. I just want to put them in the environment of what it feels like, because if you don't know, you just, and then every opportunity doesn't present itself like that. You either have an agent or you know what I'm saying, you're working on a job that somebody got you on, versus like, let me see what this is like first before I, it's like, and then the parents can be like, oh, actually you're really good. Okay, let's see if we can do some more stuff. Okay, cool. All right. How do you set an auto response on IG? It's a company called Champ or Mobile Monkey. It's like an app, and you can set it up on it's an app that does automation, but it connects to your Instagram. So I'll send you a link. It's called Champ, Monkey, it's the Mobile Monkey, Champ. It's an automation. They have a few actually of other ones that you can use. But if you got something you're trying to like not reply to a bunch of texts or not reply to a bunch of DMs, that's the best thing to do. Like it literally saves you so much time. Like, oh, I don't want to reply. Sometimes you end up having to do anyway, but it's fine. Okay, cool. All right, I will not hold y'all any longer. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any other questions, just hold on to them, and then we will go through them. Yep, that's it. Champ, Mobile Monkey. Yep, Mobile Monkey. And we will go over them tomorrow. Have a good night.
Night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hasta luego.
Can I say